How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back. It is time for yet another 5v5 1v1 duel stream. Boys, fixing the webcam, and I think we're all good and ready to go. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. The intro is... It is wonderful. I agree with you. How you boys all doing? Welcome, boys. Do we have any NA groups already getting together? Because today is going to be some NA 5v5 1v1s, boys. Hopefully you have one, the good one.
Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Oh my god.
Live still. You are a beautiful butterfly.
Happy to have you here with us, DC. Can we get a big old hashtag, big dick hashtag DC in chat, showing our appreciation for the wonderful, beautiful goddamn dono. We just begun the stream and already he hits us with a 20 fucking bones, boys. What the fuck, my man? Hope you are having a good hashtag, boys. Before I say hello to you all motherfuckers, hashtag this motherfucking chat, DC. How you doing, my man? Hope you are having a good one. Goddamn. God damn, you know, I'm all flustered. How's the mustache looking? Hopefully it's actually kind of good, kind of okay. How you doing, my dude? Oh, boys, let me get the music back up and running, and we can start the journey with some motherfucking duels for the day. Who do we got in chat? We got ourselves Fear, Base, and Base. We got to see my boy. We got Cran, George. We got ourselves Adrian. Got ourselves Christmas. Is that actually a name? Christmas Ham? It is. We got Visas. Visas. We got ourselves Banam. We got ourselves Decap. How you doing, my man? Sieg, how you doing, my dude? Hope you're having a good one, freaks. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, fam. Didn't scare you again, dude? That took you by surprise, my dude. What the fuck? Came out of fucking nowhere. That shit is loud. I was more surprised more than scared, though. Like, actually, like, oh shit. No, wasn't like that, though. But it's like, the fuck is going on? How you doing, my man? Hope you are having a good one, fam. I might just make that one louder, or I might need to swap around with the holy fucking shit, because that one scares the fucking pants off me every goddamn time, dude. Alrighty, boys. Let's see how many of y'all got a group over on the NA already. Do we have any groups right now, or do we gotta wait? Because usually with the NA, I feel like we have to wait a second or two. But I can't know with you guys. I get you again one day, dude. Easy there, fella. Easy there. Alright, my dude. Easy there. God damn, my man. God damn. Alrighty, boys. Let me see how many groups are up on the NA. We're logging on right now. We should be good to go. I gotta hop on my character on Dalaran. Easy? Yeah, take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Did I get a message? Social? Ghost? Already with a 5-man? Fuck yeah, my dude. Let me log on. Group and horde up. Let's fucking go, freaks. Let's fucking go, my man. Got our 5v5 tune on. Dude, yesterday's... Oh, boys. Also, we gotta also pay respects. Pay respects and say I do to Versatility Am's boys. Versa getting fucking... What the fuck? What the fuck? What? Easy, what do you mean? What? 50! Are you fucking serious? 50! What the fuck? Yo, can we get a hashtag DC in chat showing appreciation for the wonderful, beautiful 50 bones? What? My man, thank you so much. Holy fuck, it's a lot of money. That's a lot of fucking money. God damn, that's a lot of fucking money. Oh my god. Holy shit, thank you so much. Hashtag DC for being a goddamn beauty. Ghost Creeper, can you PM me in reality again? Can you write something right now? PM me some... Okay, here we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. I got you in here. Sab was the second, Boris was third. That was the direction in which we got these first up, first serve kind of deal. You know what I mean? I want to say soon. Yo, fuck it. If you haven't done hashtag DC, boys, go for it. Ghost Creeper. Hopefully I didn't fuck up that name too hard. I did. Beautiful. Wonderful. I'm either fucking spaghetti fingers over here or can't spell. Let's do it, Sab. T-S-A-A-V. And Ghost Creeper. Got him. We got him in, boys. We are going to be launching the 5V5 1v1 Duels with this arena right here. I was thinking for a second we got bugged. And I was like, man, I'm making a fucking fool of myself. What the fuck? God damn, that's how I want to do it. God damn, DC. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. God damn, dude. Oh, man. Alrighty, boys, we got ourselves. Oh, my God. Switch. It looked for a second like each team was gonna have a priest, but no, only one team with a priest. So we have for the priest, we got ourselves GFU on Team Red. Oh my god, his nipples are exposed. GFU, you should cover yourself up, my man. What are you doing? This kid's watching this. We got ourselves. I miss Halink. Probably. I guess Halink is coming back, right? I was about to say, like, probably the only one, but actually Halink is the Umpruner, so now he's the hero of the Warcraft universe. We got ourselves the Water, Wargren, and we got ourselves Dork. We got ourselves Dork in here. Broncor X coming back. The fastest cast bolts in the West. We got us Laura, Lisa, Amino. How does that song? Amino. We got Psyched as well. Look at, oh my god, you're really red. Oh no, Psyched, did you make a mistake? Or is this intended? Oh my god, what is going on? Dory mate, that's what it is, dude. That's such an old meme, you forget about it, dude. Completely forget about it. The water doesn't, the water doesn't want to mess with Brun. It's gonna actually charge right up. Stun is gonna be immediate. Succubus Tricky coming out for water, flying up in the air. And Brun is just, you know what? I'm gonna pop a defensive here with a reflect, get some Casbo slamming in. Mortal Cold to stop water in the air. Fierce CC him, just not letting him up from the air. Actually, somehow just shedding the metamorphosis form mid-air. Is gonna go for a metamorphosis. Is gonna get stunned. It looks like the Casbo did get absorbed into darkness. That's gonna be Infernal, and a gateway for Brun is gonna hit with a Mally. It looks like water is just gonna back up for a second there. Brun has a massive Mally stacking up. He thought he could actually just catch the Demon Hunter up in there and just punish him. But it looks like it's not gonna be able to just yet. Water is not looking all that good right now, though. It's gonna start hitting the Succubus. That's going to be Infernal on his side. Might just die to the Infernal by itself. It's going to be Rain of Fire. Unless he can somehow just continue healing. He got Meta Form. That's a lot of Leech. Needs as much self-heal as possible. That Infernal does go down. Looks like it actually might have died. And the water has no health. Does get a cap onto Brun. It's going to go for Succubus CC. Just ending this man's whole career. With the big old Kensman's trying to let him at the very last second. Just taking him out. It's almost like he didn't even have a chance. GFU is going to be up next versus Brun Corix, hitting him with a fear. Quickest fear I've ever seen, catching him on the roll. And that's going to be Mortal Coil to send him back in the other direction. Dark Soul coming out for Brun is going to get some reflect damage going against the Karma. I don't really know if he can reflect Karma. He might actually have been able to reflect portion of it. GFU is not really taking the most amount of healing from the Karma. He's going to go for a Touch of Death onto Brun, popping a wall, and that's going to be GFU knocking him off as soon as he sees that wall. Touch of Death is going to have the most minimal impact here. Getting interrupted on the fear, but that's freebie. Casbolt's coming out. GFU still has a wall. It's going to incap the other Casbolt. Brun is kind of low on health. Is he going to be fine? He's going to go for a Warlock Hellstone immediately and got himself near the gateway. He's going to get some more cast off on the GFU. GFU does kind of jump off the side platform, but he still gets hit with the fear either way. Freebie Casbolt's one from Brun. I think that might have been almost a second one, actually. Maybe he launched one so fast that Brun with the teleport still had to travel mid-air. Fist of Fury flying for the Monkus. Brun trying to land the Fury. Is going to get interrupted on the Casbolt to fall. It's going to be diffused magic right now for GFU. Cataclysm right after. Brun is super low in health and does get kicked down. Actually kicked up with the Rising Sun kick as Brun just tried to stand there, hold his ground, and just do the most amount of damage to GFU. But being out of some of the defensives and offensives and not having the CC needed, it did go down as GFU is going to be rocking the massive amount of versatility that he runs for his Monkus. I think it's like close to what, 40% baseline without like any buffs. So that's with Conflict and Strife stacking up to 2 or more. And I think if he's running Conflict and Strife when he gets stunned, that's going to make him even more immortal. So never drop an Infernal on top of his head. That's going to be Amino getting knocked off the side. While GFU trying to get himself a little bit of a better position, is going to be trying to Dragon Kick out of the Casbolt. Is going to be flying for free though, with an Infernal coming down. Does collapse together with a Shot of Fury. That is going to give him a lot of versatility. Still taking quite a bit of damage. Karma off of the last Casbolt is going to get quite a lot of self-healing from this. And it's going to be able to back up for a moment. Amino does have a lot of cooldowns available. No gateway set up. Not a World of Warlocks to run the gateway. More so will run Mortal Coil. So there's no way for him to get back up to the top of the side platform quickly. Going to be Succubus CC onto GFU, but that Infernal is going to break. I think he actually missed the clip him. He didn't get to clip him with the Cataclysm just now, which is a little unfortunate, as GFU is just going to beef up a little bit, but looking like he almost wanted to go in. Pop the images, but looking like instead it looks like aggression, but actually looking for retreat. Maybe he's utilizing. Do images still give you? No, Storm and Fire was what I mean by images. Do those still give you extra healing? Because I could be wrong on that one. Amino looking to get right on top of GFU. Casbolt's trying not to get interrupted on those. Better have another cast. It's going to be probably Casbolt interrupted. No, Succubus CC comes in. Succubus CC works like a stun if you are getting Casbolt as Succubus CC comes out, right? As you have a Casbolt right as Succubus CC, Casbolt leaves your hands. Succubus CC happens. Casbolt hits. Succubus CC does not break. Because technically Casbolt already would have been mid-air to do its damage. But then Succubus CC kind of holds it like a stun. It's insane. He was able to get it off. There's going to be a Fear and a Drain Life. Oh, it looks like one of the Demon Hunters, either Lace or Psych, Anti-Blue are ready to go as Amino not looking all the healthy, but he's still going to chuck out a couple more Casbolts. Add GFU is going to drop into about half his health. He doesn't have the speed cast of Brun Corix. So for GFU, this is going to be a perfect opportunity. Even one roll behind the pillar is just going to allow him to reset. Get a couple of heals and be good to go. That's going to be DR. Succubus CC trying to let us stun on GFU. He might actually like that because he gets a lot of defensive qualities of versatility. Still plenty of health available and damage now to return back to Amino after slapping him around with a couple of Casbols back to back. That's going to be Amino with barely any health. Whirling Dragon Punch came out. Amino trying to stay alive for as long as possible. But he goes down as GFU is going to be the Warlock Slayer for this round. Going to be a stun on a GFU. He's perfectly fine with it. Getting extra versatility out of it. Second stun to follow as the bike hits him. Probably the most amount of defenses he could have without a Karma. That's going to be Lace flying up in air. Trying to pelt GFU down a little bit. Not going to happen. As the Monk is going to catch himself a full reset. That's going to be a Twisted Appendage. Killing it immediately. And Lisa going for a little bit of IBM. He's going to get booped out of darkness as Gifu trying to control the situation as best as possible. Big dress, what looks like by Gifu, as Lisa not looking all that healthy. Short stun on Gifu. Can they recover health? They still do have Demon Form up and running. This is going to be a backflip for a moment with an prison on Gifu, who's actually quite low in health. Has Karma, has Wall. Lisa could maybe still get him low enough. If Lisa has any more trinkets available, if they have their own dress, they really could surprise Gifu with damage out of nowhere. It's going to go under the bridge for some reason. Didn't go directly to Gifu. I guess try to avoid him as Gifu did blast himself full of Vilifies. This is going to recover on health. Leg sweep onto Lisa. Trinket coming out last second. This is going to be still away. Huge damage out of Gifu. As is going for a chase onto the Demon Hunter. Short stun. Has the trinket. Doesn't want to use it yet. Looks like Lisa is completely out of juice right now for damage. Going to be a ring of boopity bop for Gifu. Has catching a couple of Vilifies. Expecting him to go against the next person very, very soon. Lisa with barely any health is flying up in the air. Gifu going to be able to dodge it by going under the platform. He's going to be able to get himself quite a few heals. So Lisa, I think at this point, if he has, unless he has something under his sleeve, I think it's over. And Gifu's just making sure he's prepared and ready for the next duel. Interrupt into Lisa, a couple of kicks and down he goes. And looks like who's it going to be next? It is gonna be Psyched with full red corruption. He's taking extra damage, less healing. He's going for some crazy corruption build. Is he going to be able to get a proc, whatever he's looking for? Is it going to get the big procs he needs? Taking a lot of damage, big blood of the enemy. Stun on Gifu and just one-shots him completely. Gifu couldn't even have a trinket at that point. Did he trinket? What did he trinket? Did he trinket something from Lisa? He actually just literally in a single Chaos Strike. Because normally it's like Chaos Strikes and dress, no dress needed. Whatever build he's got going on, he actually just one-shots him. I don't think he's going to survive until the next blow to the enemy, however. Instant trinket as Yoko looks to be an outlaw rogue, trying to go for it between the eyes, trying to get the pistol shots up and running. Psyched is going to land a stun on him with a fell barrage. Ow. Look at that damage! Oh my god! He just obliterated the rogue! What is that fell barrage? Oh my god! Wargran better be careful. Psyched not only plays blood of the enemy, he plays fell barrage, and apparently that fell barrage is enough to do enough damage. It's like it's going up in the air. That's all mastery damage. That's going to be Meteor Turtle out of the... Oh my god. This has to be a mastery build or something from the Demon Hunter. Extra chaos damage from every source of chaos. Every time he has anything ability that does chaos damage, I think is going to be increased. Bike to Psyched, I think is going to be done for the count. Just taking too much damage, but also doing way too much damage. If it was the last man standing versus Wargran, I feel like if you had every cooldown, last man standing, 100% wins as long as no trinket. Laurie is going to try to see if he can get open onto Wargran. It's going to be immediate freezing trap. Still going to be able to get a kidney shot into Warg, into a cheap shot. Should have the common points to get the big damage rolling. That's going to be Warg actually getting him with look like a Maledict, but he completely immunes it by going feign death. Looks like it's going to be dressed either out of Wargran or out of Laura. And Laura is trying to stay on top of him as best as possible with Shadow Step and staying on top of Wargran and helping. The sustained damage is going to be enough. Cloak of Shadows as they're slowed. The pet is attacking him. Mongoose bites from Wargran. Laura can't really stop those. Has evasion of the Nietzsche. Get a shot onto Warwick. He's going to trick it out of it into a freezing trap with Laura. Get himself feign death, mending bandage immediately. Should probably drop down a flare or get combat with Laura. It does do it. Evasion is still available for Laura of the Nietzsche. Cheap shot. It is super DR'd, however, so he's not going to be able to get the lockdown potential at all. That's going to be pet stun through the evasion. Laura not looking healthy at all. Wargren getting those mongoose bites in. That's going to be grenade missing. And Laura tried to see if they might be able to live this long enough going under the pillar with a crucible of flame to the face. What was that? What was that, dude? What was that? Demon Hunter damage, man. He just came in. Obliterated. Okay, so I know Masterful is on the corruption vendor. He probably loaded up head to toe with Masterful, didn't he? Because his Fell Barrage did so much damage, and the only way Fell Barrage can do that much is if he has a full mastery build. Because you fell barrage into a Chaos Strike. Not even demon form. Fell barrage on the rogue with a stun into a Chaos Strike. That's it. Chaos Strike does chaos damage. Fell barrage does chaos damage. Must have Giga Mastery, dude. Oh my god. He was in the red. I wonder how much mastery he had overall. That was insane. Alright, let's just get into going though. Oh my god. That is how you start the fucking day, boys. That is how you start your goddamn day. What is that? Alright, let's get ourselves Raven. We got a group and Boris in here. Sav, Ghost, we'll get you guys in as soon as we can, man, alright? We'll get you guys in as soon as we can. We got Boris and Raven here. I'll probably get like a 5th person because they can cycle you guys pretty easily. Full group, he has 131% mastery. Look at his WoW character. Wait, he logged off of that build? Oh no, he gave it away then. Now he gave his build away, dude. Somebody watch a Soulscape right here, don't they? What the fuck? Holy shit. That was insane. That was amazing. I'm impressed. I am legitimately impressed. That was some Goku slash right there, dude. What the fuck? Holy shit. That was nuts. This man is the next fucking Sergeras, dude. What the hell? That was insane. That was too much. That was way too much. Oh, now everybody knows how you play, dude. Now everybody knows what to expect. The only way you're gonna get your damage off is if they don't have a trinket. That's the only way you're gonna do it now. Switch. Oh my goodness, we got ourselves Demoniac on Team Blue. Looking like a subtlety rogue, but maybe assassin. We got Kane, we got ourselves Machiavelli. Looking like another assassination rogue. Palm gonna be going up versus the Fury Warrior, and we got ourselves All Dark. We got ourselves Boomasaur on Team Blue with chill pills in the back. Hell Hunter as a Hell Hunter went to Gnome instead of Coltiran. We got Insane Clown going to be playing Boomkin, and Peach in the back as a Feral. Insane Clown trying to get some freebie damage in the palm after getting rooted. He's just going to get himself as many resources as possible, getting the dots up and running. That's going to be a first star search of the day from Insane Clown. Is going to land yet another root. Looks like he's playing a full root build versus all these melee and casters popping in the bear from trying to get a thrash up and running. That's probably going to get himself a little bit of a heal. Rolling Palm is going to have to go for a massive leap. Needs to get a slow onto Insane Clown immediately just to stop it from doing all that damage. Blood of the enemy coming down for Palm. Could be huge damage. Insane Clown looks like he has maybe Frenzy Regeneration saved for that Blood of the enemy. But he's still taking quite a bit of damage, trying to get as many casts as he can at Palm. Is going to get himself Barkskin, getting interrupted, I believe, on nature, so he won't be able to heal himself. Going for a bit of a disengage out of it, or at least like it's wild charge, but in Boomkin form gives you a little bit of this like light disengage version of the ability. Landing a root to get the warrior off of his back for a moment so you can finally maybe catch a couple heals. With a Fury Warrior having no bleeds like an Arms Warrior, it's going to be quite easy to get off into a little bit of reset. Looks like Palm is going to be able to fight him with a Whirlwind, getting the charge off immediately. It's going to be a leap out of Insane Clown right after. The only thing he has really is the mobility. As long as he's power shifting and he has dots on the palm, he might have the mobility needed in order to get away from the Warrior. Stormbolt onto Insane Clown as Palm is just going to try to see if he can get more damage into a little bit of Blade Storm. Can Insane Clown ever shake him off? I mean, with Paul, every time he gets a Bloodthirst, he takes off all slows. And he speeds up even a little bit. Cyclone trying to come out is going to get interrupted. Insane Clown might end up trying to go for that Cyclone again. That's going to be maybe Stormbolt. Fear from Palm instead. As he's actually just doesn't have that much damage. He's not really pressuring with massive bursts. Actually might have some damage here. Barkskin coming out for Insane Clown. No Thorns for the Boomkin. Might have been the biggest misplay. I mean, especially seeing a team of Demoniac, Kane, Machiavelli, All Dark. You would think so many melee would have been a perfect play with Thorns. But without Thorns, he has really no pressure against the melee. And Palm ends up taking him out. With Peachy going to be going up next as the other Druid. This time a Feral variety, not really Boom Chicken variety. Slippery Druids are frustrating? Oh yeah. I can imagine. But without Thorns, I don't really know what he could have been able to do. Palm is going to go for a Reflect immediately onto the Thorns off of Peachy. Peachy cancels the Thorns immediately. So for Palm, this is perfect. Peachy might as well not even cancel Thorns, honestly, because the Reflect doesn't last nearly as long. But maybe he feels pretty confident with those Thorns. It's going to be trying to catch a reset. Looks like he actually caught a full reset. They might be able to wait until the yards with Palm. It's going to re-stun him. It's going to be short stun with a Twisted Appendage for free. A bite to fall into Palm. Did pop himself. What looked like a Rage Regeneration, but just couldn't quite get the Bloodthirst off. Peachy might have actually gotten to a shot about the last second there, because he couldn't really see the Feral. He didn't really Bloodthirst him. Or maybe he was so focused on the Tentacle, he targeted the Tentacle. And then he got rooted, and the bite came over, and it's like, oh man. Popped in Rage Regen, but was way too low in health. Couldn't really pick up any healing from there. And Machiavelli from Atric is going to be up next versus Peachy. That's going to be a stealthy duel, boys. So perfect time for you to crack a cold one, man. Perfect time to crack a cold one. Assassin Rogue, I want to say with Machiavelli, unless he's subtlety, which would be interesting. assassination. Oh, sorry about that. Assassination it is, as Machiavelli looking to get himself a little bit of a reset with Peachy. Peachy's not letting him go anywhere. Staying in bear form while Vendetta's on him. Gonna be a Shadow Meld restone onto Machiavelli. Is gonna pop a trinket out of the rogue. And Peachy popping back to bear form. I'm pretty sure Peachy is a restoration affinity. So sitting in bear form is not that good. While the thorns are up and Machiavelli wants to do damage to Peachy, but he knows he can. That's gonna be a short route of Peachy. It looks like most of this rogue's damage is gone. Trying to see if he can sprint after the rogue as best as possible. It looks like Peachy is gonna be able to get away. If Peachy has a Moonfire or any dots on the Machiavelli, that is guaranteed always going to get an opener. Go for Berserk. Got himself extra energy to get the bleeds through. Machiavelli popping an evasion into a killer shot onto Peachy immediately. That's going to try to see if he can get some dots up and running. Look like he wants to actually back up for a second. Peachy's going to root him. Peachy at low health right now. Actually super low. He's going to get himself a little bit extra healing rolling. There's going to be big damage on the Machiavelli with a Twisted Appendage. Dust Cloaking. Doesn't get away from Peachy. Any global can take him out. Peachy turning around. Turning that bare ass into Machiavelli. Does a little bit of fart in his face. And down goes the rogue as All Dark is going to be up next from Azeroth. Big metamorphosis. This man is going for big mobility. Trying to catch up to Peachy. But looks like this man is under some heavy lag. Somebody improve his goddamn internet by now, boys. What is going on? All Dark trying to go for a big Giga Brain play just now. Big meta. Trying to get Peachy out. I know the 1700s use metamorphosis for mobility, but something tells me All Dark uses meta just to get between the auction house and the Orgrimmar and the mailbox. You know what I mean? This meta is perfectly covered in sleep, and maybe he's going for the 2-minute meta. Maybe that's what he did, because his meta didn't last long at all. Maybe he is playing the 2-minute meta, and that might make sense actually, because you can meta for mobility. You just won't have it up as nearly as often. Trying to stay ahead of Peachy as best as possible is going to be quick skull bash with Peachy as All Dark flying up in there is going to get 1 or 2 fell lances over Peachy. But he's really kind of behind on cooldowns, I feel like, in terms of offensiveness. He has a little defensiveness. If Peachy ever wants to get aggressive, if All Dark can play defensiveness right, then he'll be fine. But he's still not in a great position just yet. Still in kind of a questionable position as Peachy is going to reopen up on him, trying to get some damage in there. Stun onto Peachy, no trinket available. If he actually has a good setup for damage, it looks like it's a random pet just going through across the thing. Boomster is just setting a pet over at Kane or somebody over there. Yeah, he's just setting a pet over there to harass the team blue, dude. He's just trying to destabilize him in case Peachy goes down here. So Boomster just wants to mess up the enemy team ahead of time, just mess with their heads. Getting a CCO to demoniac as Peachy's versus versus All Dark. All Dark actually doing just fine. Main coming out. If he has Conflict and Strive, that isn't going to proc here as Peachy gets a little bit of short CC. Short, small bite seems like by Peachy. Maybe not enough energy committed into that one. It's going to land a root into All Dark as I think he was trying to go for a bite just to get the root in there. But it's going to be able to give him opportunity to catch a bit of reset. All Dark still is playing in defenses. Darkness, the biggest defensive, is still available. Trinket, if he's running it, is still available as well. He's going to try to get some damage back onto Peachy. Safeguard Trinket proccing. So Peachy was able to really just not even really tackle All Dark, but like kind of poke at him. Safeguard Trinket. All right, now I can go for the big damage. Now I can unleash the beast into a stun. As All Dark grants himself metamorphosis for a quick second with a blur up and running. Peachy looking to get away from blur, get away from the meta. Might go for a leap. Doesn't look like he's going to go for a leap as All Dark flies up in the air. Actually doing quite a bit of damage as Peachy is forced to play super defensive here. All Dark is actually getting quite a bit of damage into Peachy, but his health isn't really improving. Every time he gets in the meta, it doesn't look like he gains the most amount of health. This is where you get the most amount of leech. So I think he would have the advantage here. Peachy getting to reopen with a Twisted Appendage. I think this will be the perfect opportunity to go all in. That's going to be tricky out of All Dark with things seeming a little dire. And Peachy looking to get All Dark out of the trinkets, out of that stun. All Dark backflip for a second, activating momentary blur into a stun to Peachy, getting quite a bit of meaningful damage. Peachy going for renewal. And now this way your defensive cooldowns are going back up. I think Peachy might have enough to finish him off. I think he got a blood up. And he's just looking to get the bleeds, all rolling. All Dark trying to get himself a self-heal. Peachy just doesn't want to touch him anymore. Thorns are up, and that was All Dark literally hitting it to Thorns at the end. As Peachy going up next versus Kane. Kane from Tol Barad. Actually, it's going to be a full reset heal for Peachy. So Kane either have to go for the eyes. Try to see if he can find Peachy. Or just might as well wait for Peachy to get full heals. I think he's trying to be proactive. It looks like the eye has been picked up on Team Blue side. Or maybe not. It looked like he was looking exactly where Peachy was, but then just got juked. Peachy's gonna land that opener. It is a Maghar orc with Kayn, so he's not gonna sit. It was a normal orc. It looks like it is a Maghar orc. Yeah, I think it's a Maggie orc. Yeah, since it's a Maghar orc, it's gonna be not nearly as good as a normal orc in terms of stuns. Normal orcs have a reduction to how long they sit in stuns. For Maghar, it's curses, which is not as useful in PvP. But they do have that nutty racial that gives them insane amounts of secondary stats, which could be versatility, which could make Kayn super strong in damage. Could also be master, which also directly buffs the damage. Could be haste for extra injury regen, which you could to heal yourself. Or crit, which doesn't really proc nearly as well in PvP, not as effective, but still, if your ability is crit, that die faster, gonna be Peachy actually getting ransacked by Kayn, not letting this cat go anywhere, or this bear at this point. Peachy is trying to bear the brunt of the damage for a moment, got himself an opportunity to sneak away, trying to see if he can just stagger it out of here. But Kayn doesn't let him go anywhere. He just assaulted Peachy. That's going to be Fist of Fury right here. Peachy tried to set him bare for him until maybe cooldowns are back up. Normal wall available for a while. Does get a bash, and that's going to be a breakaway for Peachy for a second. Has the wall coming up very, very soon. Might be able to juke out himself a couple of heals. This is going to be a poor for Kayn as he got a juke out onto Peachy. That is going to be a reset with that stealth. Unless Kayn can dragon kick in a random direction. Is not going to be able to find Peachy whatsoever. Wall coming back for Peachy, has to get back up. So if Peachy has a lot of counter offensive pressure, if he goes from Masterful Instincts type of Azeroth trait playstyle, which most Pharaohs do, that's going to be quite a bit of damage back after a wall. Giving you a lot of mastery. And also a lot of armor, but not the most amount of armor. Like, you're not, like for a tank, it probably will be more useful. Not for a Pharaoh. But the master is going to increase your bleed damage and increase your bite damage, so it's going to give you a little bit extra burst potential. And I think Peachy is just kind of waiting until they have a good opportunity, because they know as soon as they come out of stealth, Kayn is just a couple rolls and a dragon kick away to be able to on top of him. So Peachy is not going to get those 10 seconds of re-healing or catching regrowths or anything like that. That's going to be a little bit unfortunate for them. So they're waiting for the eyes to be off from Kayn, picking up another set of eyes. And Peachy is going to take the whole time to just sit in stealth. Oh my goodness. He really wants to win this one. Not a huge fan of like long stealth games, but gotta do what you gotta do, right? Catching up a couple regrowths now that Kayn does not have eyes. The Peachy feeling confident they can catch a re-stealth. Kayn almost heading over to Peachy. If he just had one more roll along the line of the wall, he might have actually had him, but looks like he's just gonna have to wait because Peachy's just not gonna give him a chance whatsoever. Is he mounted up? If he's mounted up, then he could be aware. He's gonna try to get himself a roll over to where Peachy's at. Does he get him? I don't think he does. Trying to AoE as best as he can. Nope. Peachy's actually just gonna wait the whole time, huh? Man, I hate when people do that, dude, but you gotta win, right? I'm really not a huge fan of just the stealth, just sitting there forever gameplay, dude. But then again, you would think Kayn would be able to find him, but he's struggling. He was struggling. That's gonna be Karma right now as Kayn trying to get a big touch of death onto Peachy. Touch of death does do damage, but very minimal compared to how much you wanted. And Kayn now popped best defensives. That's gonna be a wall and Karma down. So Peachy can actually turn it around. He has a wall, he has a renewal. Renewal coming out back right now, and a wall for that bike. Kayn got himself diffused magic as a one more defensive. Nothing else he could really do it for. That's gonna be some big bites out of Peachy as the wall is down. Got himself some massive damage. Looks like he is the one in control of this situation, and Kayn doesn't even stand a chance. Big bites out of the Feral. And down goes Kayn with Demoniac on the prowl right after. Might be able to find Peachy. I think it's gonna be a stealth duel. He is on the right trail. But as he makes a turn, he is playing sub. That's going to be very interesting, man. That's going to be very, very interesting. A Feral, though. Yo, I like Pharaohs. I think they're cool. I like what Pharaoh does big damage. But boys, I am personally not a huge fan of this stealth game. I'm not like it with Rogues. I don't like it with Pharaohs either. What's up, Ditcher? How you doing, my man? Alright, Peachy. And Demoniac. He's just scouring every corner because he's like, you know what? Peachy was doing quite a good job against Kayn, so you know what? He must have been like way in the corner, which is where Druids tend to be. I noticed that Rogues tend to be kind of out in the open or behind like a pillar. Druids will go to the far corner of a room, like way out of the way. It's just kind of interesting to see like where classes are depending on like stealth. Looks like Demonic is going to pick up the eyes and vanish off. Does Peachy see this? Is Peachy aware? If Peachy is aware, then he'll try to run away from Demonic. Looks like Demonic sees him though. He's on the prowl, on the tail. Is going to land a sap. No trigger for Peachy for a couple seconds. If Demonic can go for the most amount of damage right now, he could actually have something going. Blood of the enemy. That's going to be huge eviscerator coming out. Cheap shots to fall. Dressed right after Peachy popping in. Thorns. No wall. Actual wall available if he needs to. Might want to pop wall right now. Demonic is on top of him. Looks like a lot of the sub-rogue damage maybe is gone. Maybe it's out. Those shadows. Oh, shadow steps available for Demonic as he has Peachy on the ropes. That's going to be a cloak of shadows in case he gets rooted blind into Peachy. Could trinket out of it. Probably going to trinket the first cheap shot ever. And maybe even try to get a bash on Demonic. Demonic no longer with evasion, either bike. I think it's going to be it. Yeah, it's going to be it. Actually had to invest everything into the feral. Literally threw everything into him. And Chilpus is going to be the next up as a Frost Death Knight. I haven't seen a lot of Frost DKs recently, by the way. What? I guess you will stack versatility now, right? Everybody stacks Versa. Don't Frost DKs also run Conflict Shark because they have like a really good honor talent to get from it. The snowball that's bounces back and forth. Maybe. The Demoniac versus Chill Pills, 15 minutes and 60% dampener, boys. It's gonna be a little bit rough. It's gonna be a little rough for a sub rogue. I think it's also gonna be rough for Chill Pills just because chasing a rogue in general, no matter if it's sub, no matter if it's whatever, can be quite annoying. Demoniac has no defensive cooldowns whatsoever. Literally none. But then Chill Pills is also kind of let him have an honor duel. He could have ran at him and maybe tried to get a tag on him, or maybe he tried to. Maybe he did try. Oh my god, is Demoniac that gonna be the guy sitting in stealth getting cooldowns back? Oh my goodness. Well, he's not sitting in stealth. I think he's trying to get Chill Pills to chase him. Yeah, I think it would be better if Chill Pills just try to pick up the eye and try to chase after the rogue. Because Demonic is getting cooldowns back little by little. Looks like maybe Demonic is the one on the prowl now. Does get a sap onto Chill Pills. Will he have Blood of the Enemy by then? Will he have Drustigal by now? Probably Drustigal's back up. Those 2 minutes did pass. At least 2 minutes. Going to be immediate IBF out of Chill Pills. Does get a dot on Demoniac. And that's going to be Shadow Step by the Rogue. He's trying to get away from Chill Pills. Going to yoink the Rogue back down towards the stairs. Hitting him with a Chain of Ice. Demonic has every defense available at this point. And Chill Pills trying to get some damage in there. It's going to be evasion by the Rogue. Demoniac is still taking a little bit of frosted damage though. Chill Pills getting hit with a stun. That's going to be big blood of the enemy. Big dress into an eviscerate. He does have AMS up and running. But Demoniac tried to get himself advantage shot. Was he successful at it? I think he was. Got himself Cloak of Shadows as well in order to make sure all the dots are off of him. And Chill Pills does pop himself Dark Pack. That doesn't give him the most amount of healing. 71% dampening. But those necrotics are quite huge. Actually going to sit out before the necrotics are gone. So he's fine, man. Necrotics are completely off. And Demonic is now back up with no cooldowns. Yeah, Chill Pills, I think it will actually want to try to use the eyes and try to find the rogue, because otherwise the rogues are just going to be sitting still the whole time. Did Demonic accidentally pick up the eye? Might have been Demonic that accidentally picked up the eye with a Shadow Step. Going to be a cheap shot onto Chill Pills with a bike to fall. Chill's going to take a bit of damage into another cheap shot by Demoniac, blind onto the DK. And I think Demonic might just have one more global needed. Does he have Cold Blood? If he has Cold Blood, I think that's it. He's taunted him. Probably should be doing that. What if Chill Pills randomly just stuns you out of the sap? Then you're kind of screwed. Smoke Bomb as Demonic still has dots rolling. Chill Pills got himself AMS and no Nightblade. Oh, Nightblade still goes through. Shadowy Duel by Demoniac. Chill Pills not in the fight. Transfusion, nope. Does get Shadow Striked at the end. Boomasaur up next. Oh my god. You guys are extending this one quite a lot. I mean, Peachy extended the hell out of that game. Now Demonic is just kind of extending. It's gonna find him either way with a Mortal Coil to follow. I think it's gonna be over, man. Unless you have someone for Gaze Bolt. That's it. There you go. That was a long one. What the hell? Peachy with a 4 kills? Wow. Not bad, not bad. They did pretty good. Until the Rogue. And then Demonic just threw literally everything at him, man. Literally everything. Alrighty, boys. Let me know if you guys are gonna group. Yeah. We can get another one going. If you guys want to start a group or join a group or find out how you can join a group. Oh, cool. 5, Ghost Creeper, Sav, you guys got a group? We can get you versus the moon. But if you guys want to join a group for 5V5 1V1 DUELS or make one yourself, You go to player versus player, pre-made group, custom PvP. If you want to find a group top 5, enter in the find group. You should find a group that says 5V5 1V1 DUELS or something like that. Then make sure you're out of LFG. Make sure you close down the LFG so I can kill you, otherwise it'll bug. If you guys don't see a group but you want to join one, you can start a group and call it something like 5V5 1V1 DUELS Dalaran, somewhere along those lines. Just as long as you have a number 5 in there, I think it's perfectly fine. 5V5 1V1 DUELS, call it whatever you like. Something easy for people to find. And hit list group, get 4 people in to add me on Real ID. Let me know in chat that you got a group of 5, and I'll add you. See if I have a group? I'm a GFU, okay. Tricold got 5. Does Tricold have his own group? If Tricold has his own group, I want to get Tricold versus Moon. Tricold and Moon. I guess I misspelled again. Tricold 5. Is Tricold with Moon? Is one of you guys offline by any chance? Let me check, because you got to make sure you're online in reality. Moon is online. Is he online? Yeah, you guys might be part of... No, you're Blood Elf. And Moon is Alliance. Is Tricold lead? Might not be lead. I don't think it worked. I'll give it a 30 seconds, and I'll try queuing again. If it doesn't work with Tricold, then we'll get Sav in there. How does that sound? Looking at Ghost versus maybe Boris or something. Just saying that one of the base, I was in the base boomer was sending a succubus of damage instruction to us, to me and Kieran, still for group. Yeah, I mean, but you guys aren't dueling, right? He's not like trying to actually kill you guys, right? He's not trying, he's just memeing around, you know what I mean? I don't think he was trying to like actually nuke you guys or anything. I think he was just memeing, you know what I mean? I think it was legit memeing. Yeah. Yeah, I have nothing wrong with memeing. If it was like actually in your base, blowing up chaos bolts into you guys, I could totally see it. But it's not a succubus since he's seen you. It's like a rogue walking over and sapping you. It doesn't do anything. But it was stupid? Okay. Just let him know you don't like it, that's all. Yeah. You gotta tell him you don't like it. Yeah, that's all my fault. Alex is my group? Oh, okay, so it's Sav part of... Okay, so Tricold is in Sav group, so that's gonna make some more sense here. We'll get Sav versus Moon then. Beautiful. GFU, I think is Ghost Creeper. Is Ghost Creeper GFU? Ghost. We found Ghost. Yeah. Okay, so we can get GFU versus maybe Boris or maybe Raven. Maybe we can do the other team because a lot of Boom's team didn't really get to play, so we could do something like that. And then whoever with Moon and them. Okay, cool. Yeah. It looks like there's a little bit of bugs. Moon, Sav, I'll try to get... Just keep pressing accept on queues, and then it'll work eventually. I'm gonna keep spam queuing you. You just keep pressing accept, and eventually it'll work. It bugs sometimes when I like queued somebody, but you're probably like an LFG or whatever, or another person I try to queue, and it's messing. The whole macro for invite spectator match doesn't always work properly as I wanted to. Oh man. Sorry boys. Stuffy. I'm using I'm versing Boris and not playing sub rogue always at the most gear. Yeah, go right, dude. The succubus slab does about 800 damage and the seduced DR will wear up before you even go. It was a harmless meme. That's what I thought, but you know, it's just our own. Too much damp? It was a pretty damp, yo, chill pill. It was pretty damp, dude. Too much humidity, you know what I mean? Pretty damp out there, dude. Lots of humidity. I don't like it, dude. I'm with some dry summers here, man. You know, dry weather. Switch. What do we got? We got ourselves Jake Boy Swag. Out of all the names, Jake Boy Swag. Is that ironic or not? UIE in here as well. We got War Grand. We got ourselves Feed Me's, and we got ourselves Disney. But getting around the copyrights, you know what I mean? We also got Team Blue with Alicia going up first if you're where we got Laura in the back, Lisa, we got Psych and Spard coming in as a corrupted mage. I want to see what corruptions he's rolling, man. Good looking a little bit corrupted. Freedom is going to be going up first versus Alyssa. Is gonna be Elixra. It's gonna be immediate spell reflect, but that's gonna be hit with a Hydge after Feed Me's. Waits it out a little bit. That is a Gladiator Paladin. Nice tabard, by the way. I'm a huge fan of that tabard. I think I have that one. This is going to be Elixir trying to see if he might be able to get to Feed Me's, but the Hand of Hindrance is doing quite a lot. Feed Me is getting around the corner with the big old wings. That's going to be immediate enrage regeneration by Elixir. Feed Me is not going to cheese it, but going for Blessing, Protection, or Bubble, denying the healing for the Warrior. He's actually just going to try to see if he can blast him. Going for the hit and runs. He's kind of walking by in melee, doing a slap with Templar's Verdict, backing out. Then going to go locking him down in the Hodge. No trinket for Elixir. And Feed Me is taking him out. Elixir either was running relent, or they're just not using the trinket. Twisted Bench procking onto the Pala. As Lacey looking to just get some pressure off of Feed Me. He's going to be getting back into the Team Blue Pillar with a Hand of Hindrance, I think, onto Lace. Unless he actually missed the Hand of Hindrance. He might have missed it. If Feed Me, better be aware who your tap target is. So might have actually Hand of Hindrance wrong guy. So that's one less utility for you to use against the Demon Hunter. As Shield of Vengeance goes up, it's going to be imprisoned. Poor Lisa knows that they want to bust through the Shield of Vengeance. There's only so much health left on the Feed Beast. It's going to fly up and they're looking to bust through the shield. That's going to be one fell lance, but only one looks like it makes through. Shield of Vengeance is going to be down, and Feed Me is catching on as much healing as humanly possible. He's going to pop a cloak in order to take away whatever corpse he's got going on. Probably an eyeball slapping him around. Lacey trying to find an angle, but the Hand of Hindrance slowing down the Team Another quite handily. Just cannot slow down the enemy target without losing availability for an easier time to stun enemies. I mean, you could go for Glaives of Slow, but it's just not as effective as going for the Fracture stun. Is it Fracture? That's going to be a Fracture onto Feed Me's. Not going to sit in there for long. That slow from Lace onto Lacey is just so perfect. Pops it slow, he charges around, stuns, and just slowly walking to the Paladin. So Feed Me so far has been able to get around it quite handily. And Lacey's going to have to maybe recoup, reset, get some CDs back up. And then when they have a moment, commit damage. Feed Me is waiting out for the Shield of Vengeance. No bump or bobble has been used yet. And I don't know if he used a human racial yet or trinketed. Going to be a Fracture as Lacey coming back with full cooldowns. It's going to be a Hodge on Lacey. Trinkets out of it. So Feed Me's next Hodge could be quite a deadly opportunity for him. There's going to be a Hand of Freedom with a slow. The Demon Hunter is going to juke around, zoom around the side. Catching the prison on the Feed Me's, backflipping kind of towards the Paladin, I guess. Wings up for Feed Me's, might be middle-long wings or real wings. Flying up in the air, and Feed Me's might have to pop a big defensive here. Taking 1-2 fell lances, going to be able to survive those just fine, as those fell lances do percentage damage. But I think with Mastery, they might do more damage. But I don't know the percentage damage. But it's all chaos damage, so maybe with high Mastery build, it might do even more. Short stun onto Feed Me's. And Lacey looking like they are taking a bit of damage. Bike into Feed, but it's actually going to hit a wall. I don't know if that bike actually did anything to the Paladin, as that bike literally crashed into the gates. You would think with the bike exploding, there's going to be like a cog wheel and metal bit shrapnel that just goes through the grate, but I guess it doesn't. Because this is not real life. This is just, wow, gonna be a Hodge onto Lacey dress for Feed. And looks like you might have it here. Lacey does go down. Almost didn't have the Globus to finish it off. But he did finish it up in the end. Hitting the 4-minute mark. And Spartan's gonna have to roll out of here, boys. The Arcane Mage. Which, mages are kind of a nightmare for Paladins, aren't they? Hand of Freedom is going to be up. He's going to get knocked up. Looks like it's not the Hand of Freedom that can be spell stolen. Spart trying to spell steal everything for Feed. Let's try to get himself as much health as possible before he goes in for big damage. Arcane Missile's flying. And Feed is just going to get slowed out in the open. Try to see if he can just NASCAR out of there. Going to be a blink by Spart trying to get an interrupt onto Feed. Feed decides that Spart is close enough where he wants to do damage. That's going to be triggered off of that Hodge, as Feed didn't really commit much damage there. And Spart is still in a good side to maybe get an interrupt. Does land the interrupt on Feed. Could be huge damage to Spart right here. Arcane Missile's flying. Feed, does he get the bubble off? He might have to bubble here. Shield of Vengeance is up. Is that going to be enough though? Trying to get a heal. That's going to be a knock up into a wings. Trying to go for damage. He's feeling pretty ferocious. Trying to go for a setup. More flash of lights are coming out. This there an interrupt on the Spart. No interrupt for a second, so Feed was able to get a little bit of a cast off on himself. Hand of Freedom should be coming up sometime soon. And I think he's popping a trinket either to increase his Versa or increase his health. If I was a betting man, probably maybe a Versa, but he's popping a trinket for extra stats. We can only guess what it might be. Wings are still up for Feed, unless he gets a Hodge on the Spart. Wings go down. Might still be enough damage. Spart safeguard trinket. Proc, he's doing just fine. It's going to pop a bunch of cooldowns, try to get a bunch of Arcane Blasts into Feed. It's going to be Arcane Missiles. If he gets an interrupt onto Feed, that might be the end. That's going to be an interrupt. No bubble available. Does Feed have enough damage to reverse it back onto Spart? Missiles are flying. Feed barely getting a bubble off. And that's going to be it. Spart low in health now. Feed looking to maybe capitalize on this. Decides, you know what? I don't have the mobility. I'll let the paladin, let the mage get away for a second. Don't have the mobility. I'm gonna throw judgments from afar. Mage is super low. This is my opportunity. But that's a bubble down. Only Bop available. And Bop is only going to make Spart stronger because he'll be able to immune all the magic damage. Spart's super low in health, however. Trying to see if we might be able to blink around feed. Just throwing a hammer in there. That does enough damage, apparently. Oh, my goodness. And Psych is going to get stunned. He's all red. He's deadly. I don't think a Blessing of Protection is going to save this Paladin. Looks like Psych is just going to run by. In case Feed is going to commit some damage. Because Psych does not want to get locked down into a Hodge and just melt. He does not want to do it. He got a big opportunity here. There's going to be a big old I-beam against the Pala. Does not give him meta though. So he's not playing Demonic? He must be like Nemesis or something, right? Oh no, maybe he's not Demonic. Trying to go for big damage onto a feed. It's going to be full barrage of the whole team. Nothing Kalani can do, team. It's going to be big chaos strike onto feed. Barely alive. Trinkets out of the Hodge. Maybe enough to finish him off. Does feed take him out though? Chaos strike's coming out for Psyched. He did use barrage on the whole team. He didn't mean to. He wanted to use it on the Paladin. He's not trying to cleave the whole team. Calm down before he says something. He's trying to use that ability for a single target. Warcraft is going to be up next. He took down Psych before, and Psych has even less health than before. So this is going to be quite a handy victory here. Stunned into a dress, and down he goes. Barely even had to commit much cooldowns. But finally, Laura gets now a nice rematch with Wargren. Laura played sub last time. Did the swap out to Assassination this time. Going to be a freezing trap right on top of Warg. Laura should be aware that there's probably a freezing trap on top of the guy. Throwing a trap forwards. And if Laura can find a good angle on Wargren, you might still have a decent situation here. Might have a decent setup. Does get a sap onto Warg. Trying to see if he can hit him with a Corruption Trinket, which does put you in combat now. Hits him with a blind. He's probably going to hit him with a cheap shot into another stun. Trying to maximize the corruption. And Wargren is collecting quite a bit of corruption. Twist that Pendant Sprocket onto Wargren. Not Trinket out of this. Actually, doesn't even have a Trinket to begin with. It's going to be another cheap shot. Has a lot of corruptions. Not enough to make him really take more damage. And maybe might have been outside of the Spite Trinket range. Because it looks like the gooey center of Spite gives you all the corruption. But I don't think the edges do. But I could be wrong in that one. But Wargren survives that play. That's a 1 minute cooldown on that Trinket. Bike thrown into Laura. That's going to be a stun to follow. Evasion up for... Or Cloak Shot is actually up for Laura. That's going to be a Turtle Shell for Wargren. As Laura is going to go for a reset. I think Laura is playing sub, right? It looked like they're playing sub. I didn't see a rotor, I didn't see a rupture. I don't see the poisons into Wargren or nothing, so I'm gonna guess it is. I was more captivated by the Spite Trinket play. It's gonna be cheap shot onto Wargren. Laura might be able to get enough damage here, trying to go for more stuns back to back. That's gonna be Spite thrown onto Wargren. Might be enough here. Warg picking up a bit of corruption. Is gonna get bail out of immediately feign death. Not seeing any things from beyond right now. Not seeing anything from beyond, and goes for a big dress onto Laura at the end. And oh my goodness, Feed going in with 3 kills. Side going in with at least 1. And Spart try. Oh wait, oh no, Spart 3. Okay, I thought Spart for some reason going to kill him. Wargren with 2, by the looks of it. Picking up kill on Psych and Laura. There it is. When you're Spart in these duels, dude, I feel like Spart, we don't see him nearly as often, man. Why do you just Spart? Alrighty, boys, let's get another one going, yeah? We just had Moon versus Sad. We can get Ghost versus Raven, if Raven is here. Ghost, Raven, Boris, let me know if you guys are ready. I want to see if there's a group up and running right now. And it looks like 260 is what we'll be hitting today on the NA with that one. Let's go, boys. I hate Pharaohs because I'm not because of PvP. I just like them because of transmog. Oh yeah, Pharaohs don't really get a lot of transmog options, do they? You're a cat for them. But yeah. Well, they are going to be able to at least choose the different cat forms in Shadowlands. It doesn't work right now, otherwise it'd show you. But yeah. Are you a caster in esport? Dude, no. Nope. I wish, dude. That'd be fun. Bro's got a 4 out of 5 Night King full group. Is Raven with a group? I don't know if Raven got 5 or not. We'll try queuing Raven versus Ghost. We'll see if something happens. If not, we'll get Raven, Ghost versus Night King. And Raven. Working request failed. Did Raven log offline? No, Raven is on, but Raven's probably part of somebody else's group, right? Hellhunter? No. Or maybe Night King is now the group lead? I mean, that would work, right? Ghost Creeper versus Night King then, because Night King would be on the same team. So, is Jima bad? If he's ready, he's not messaging you for some reason. Oh, it's all good, man. I got it. Ghost Creeper and Night King. Did I fuck it up again? Oh my god. Now it should work. Maybe? We'll see. I wish I could jump, but I'm EU. I'm a noob. Yo, Fridays, my man. EU groups are Fridays, groups, boys. Wish I could jump, but my highest item is 370. Ooh! Imagine being a 370. And if like, I know, because Blizzard does a little bit of scaling, right? If you've seen a clip by CDU, Blizzard does do some sort of a scaling to help lower gear players not get completely one-shot by high gear players. You won't get literally one shot. I think you'll get 2-shot, 2-3-shot maybe. But they do try stuff. They do try to help when they can. Kind of, sort of, it seems. Maybe it's only in tournament rounds? Hard to tell. But that'd be cool. I think like a 370, if you got like maybe decent traits, not enough good gear, but you got essences and traits, you might be able to do stuff. I think if you're a warlock, you might be able to. I mean, you won't have the versatility, but maybe. Or maybe if you like paladin, pop wings, do as much damage as you can, bubble. I wonder what class would be good for that. Not like anyone would really want to test it. I was like, yo, can you be on the lowest item level gear? Do the most amount of damage. Actually, it would be kind of fun. I'd do it. Alright, boys, we got ourselves. Switch. We got ourselves I Miss Halinka with Peachy in the back. With a Boomy. We got a UE. We got a Chill Pills and Boomasaur. It looks like Halinka is going to be going up versus GFU off the bat, trying to see if he can make the shadow crash around him. Being a Shadow Priest and all, GFU popping in images and looking to maybe get himself a Lexium. Missing Lexium with a greater fade from I Miss Halinka. And if here comes in, we'll introduce Team Red in just a minute, because GFU can literally end this game any second he wants to. Silence of GFU, not going to get a lot of healing, going to be dropping down Siphon. GFU is going to eliminate Siphon immediately, popping into a bit of a re-heal behind the pillar. On his team is going to be Seabark and Red as a Frost Mage. We got Bob, we got ourselves Hockey, Love, and Skill Issues. And GFU is still catching a couple of Vivifies behind the pillar, as I Miss Halinka is going to kind of let it happen. Try to see if he can MVT at the beginning. It's going to be touched out onto Miss Halinka. Almost has a greater fade. Trying to get a mind control onto GFU. If he lands a mind control onto GFU, he ignores the touch of death. But looks like touch of death still goes through. It has to go for disperse. And GFU going to catch himself a little bit of healing. Miss Halinka landing a little bit of that self-heal capabilities. Trying to still get more shadow crashes into GFU to build up more resources. That's going to be Vampiric Embrace right now for Halinka versus GFU. If he can somehow lock down GFU in a stun or something, that'd be perfect. GFU reflecting all the odds back to him. It's going to be a Siphon back up and running on GFU. Miss Halinka trying to see if he can maybe get him around the corner. Shadow Crush around the side. Siphon is going to attach back to GFU. It's going to be out in the open. Void Bolts are coming out. It's going to be silenced on GFU. Fear off of that Fist of Fury is going to be able to get a VT, or try to get a VT up and running. Back into the Monk. Lexium finally does connect. Has a greater fade. If he needs to, is going to greater fade out of here. Try to catch a heal. It's going to be an interrupt missed by GFU. Halinka looks like started doing damage to GFU maybe a little early, so Greater Fate didn't last long. Trinket out of GFU right now as it's sending more Shadow Crashes in onto the Monk. That's going to be some Shadow Mends for ease. Has a swap if he needs to for his team. That's going to be calm right now into Halinka. Mind to swap with his team. Choose anybody you want to. Swap with Boomasaur. That is allowed. Hell swap for Shadow Priest is allowed since they're not that great for duels, and one of the utilities in like 3v3s would be the Hell swap to be able to get himself a little bit extra health. That would be a cooldown that would normally be able to use. So we're trying to kind of recreate a similar feel. GFU looking to get himself a bit of a reset, get a hit with a silence, rolls over to the Siphon, taking it out. It's going to be Shadow Crash around the corner, but not going to make that Shadow Crash. GFU is going to use the mobility to get away. Halinka, honestly, he needs to get himself some dots to get GFU low enough, stun him or something, drop down every cooldown available, and then he might actually be able to do something here. But it's going to be quite rough. Using the stun to get his dots up and running. It's going for mind control of the GFU to get him, I guess, running as far as possible. It's going to be really, really tough. Like, he has to really either play Battle for Attrition, and maybe he needs to do this dot thing, right? Dot him up, mind control him, maybe get a Mindbender and Siphon to attack him while he's mind controlled so he can't do anything. It looks like this is going to be Boomasaur popping in just to give him a soul well. Soul Hellstones also allowed, by the way. Also allowed if you have a Warlock on your team. So Boomasaur, if he wants to walk up to Halinka so he doesn't have to worry about it, just have to watch where Gifu is at, perfectly allowed. Gifu is going to be back in the pillar, get himself a little bit of heals anyway. Silence on the Gifu with a Siphon behind him. And a Mindbender to follow. That might be actually a lot of damage. Miss Halinka getting hit with a leg sweep. He's going to go for a disperse. Gifu walking up to take out the Siphon. He's sitting at about half his health. Karma coming back very, very soon. He's going to be able to wall his damage for a moment. Stun by Halinka. No trinket available for a second. Might be a Karma here, honestly. It's going to get an interrupt onto Halinka with a big dress trinket as the Pest dissipates. Halinka takes the full damage of it. Trying to get a mind control maybe on a Gifu if he is able to. No interrupts available. And Gifu gives himself a massive heal from skill issues at the very last second. Both of these guys have Warlock Hellstones for this one. And Gifu comes in already refreshed with that Warlock Hellstone. Miss Halinka having to go for Vampiric Embrace, trying to do as much single target damage as he can to Gifu. It's going to have Void Eruption. Silence on the Gifu, so maybe he is able to ignore certain of his CC, certain of his cooldowns or abilities. Fear onto Gifu, trying to mind control him. Does he land it? Stops it. Maybe got an interrupt out of Gifu. Trying to see if he might be able to get a kick out of the Monk. With a Greater Fade up. Might be able to mind control him here. Does hit him with the mind control. The bad part about mind control with Shadow Priest is the pets stop attacking him. Like the Mindbender. It would be great if the Mindbender could at least kept attacking him or something. Gonna be a leg sweep onto Halinka. Looks like Human Racial's out of it. Try to drop in a Siphon. Didn't really sit there for long. Gifu kind of low in health. Halinka super low in health. Trying to Shadow Mend it through the damage of a Monk, but I think he might be completely out of options. BFA coming out for Gifu is gonna get a big old kick into Mind Blast for Halinka. Trying to get more dots up and running. Void Form up and running. But down he goes. Not a lot a Shadow Priest could honestly do in this kind of a situation. He played as best as he could, and looks like Peachy is going to be scuttling into the arena next. That was a 5-minute game. Halinka played as best as he could. That was as much healing as he could do. Well, with Gifu being able to have the mobility to run away from Monk any moment and be able to just out heal him, essentially, it's super tough. Gifu actually walking up to Peachy, sees those thorns are bailing out of him immediately. It's going to go for a bit of a self-heal. That's going to be a beam blasted from the skies above. It's doing a little bit of damage. It's suppressing his healing by a hair. Peachy looking like he might even be able to catch himself a restyle. Didn't get to. That's going to be in-card available for Peachy right now. Touch death coming down for Gifu into Alexi. Peachy trinkets out of it. Barksteel is available. Needs to do as much damage as he can to Gifu right now while in-card is up. Could be a Karma out of the Monk. It's going to get interrupted on nature damage by the looks of it. So he won't be able to cast a regrowth in his face or anything. And Peachy trying to see if he can land a clone onto Gifu. Does go for a fade for a second. Shadow Meld is going to get him with a cycle and no trinket available. Peachy is able to cast a few regrowths and get the hell out of there. Gifu actually went for that Shadow Meld, man. I think it's almost unfair for a Monk to just like bail away from a Shadow Priest, by the way. It's like teleport, heal up to full. It's like, what is the Shadow Priest going to do? He can't chase. Like, if he tries, he's not going to be effective at it. Oh, man. It's just Monks versus Priest, dude. Maybe in Shadowlands, cost like Boomkins and Shadow Priests. And Enhancement Shamans and Affliction Works who are better at duels. That'd be the dream, man. It's gonna be an interrupt onto Peachy on Arcane. Does land the cycle onto Gifu. Trying to regrow himself. Twisted Appendage is on Gifu. Peachy without any health available whatsoever. There might be one more global needed for Gifu, and down he goes. Man, from a Shadow Priest into a Boomkin, Gifu just beating up these nerds, dude. Like a jock in a high school. Just beating them up, man. He's twice their size. His right hand bigger than any of their heads. His right bicep bigger than... Oh, goodness. And UIE. How do you call you? Yui? And Yui going to be up next versus Gifu. Going to be a bit of... ports, man. I hate ports. Hate ports from Monks. Warlocks are going to get him, though. That's going to be quite good as a baseline. They needed it. What is that? Cannon. UE bringing out the big guns by the looks of it versus Gifu, but he cannot bust through the parries. Wall up for Gifu as UE drops him down into darkness. More cannons loading up, but the cannons are missing the target completely. That's going to be UE going for a big old meta onto Gifu. Looks like he's teleporting himself with a bit of lag. I've been trying to make a hit in Gifu, and that's going to be locked down with that Fist of Fury going down. Boomstar going to be going up next on Team Blue. Who's beating up among nerds? Boomstar yells as he runs out of there. If I had to make this into a story, I miss Halinka and Peachy and Boomstore all hang out on the Nerdy Club, dude. They play D&D all day. They hang out. They eat snacks, play D&D, talk about their favorite animes and shit and video games and good TV shows and shit. Yeah, Peachy. Yeah, miss Halinka getting beat up by the jock G-Few. And Boomstore, the Giga Nerd, the Galaxy Brain, the biggest nerd of them all, is out here. You know what? I'll show you what Intel can do against the Might and the Brawn. As a big old Dasher Warlock joins the fight, it's gonna get roots back to back onto G-Few, trying to get some rolls in onto Boomstore. That's going to be Succubus CC as G-Few got himself quite a bit of handle there. That's going to be Succubus CC breaking quite early with a Mortal Coil. No, not going to get the fear. Looks like G-Few with a ring of boopity bop. It's done quite good. Has a kick available for Boomstore. No action, no kicks available. It's going to be 2 chaos bolts. Went through. G-Few not feeling that good. No karma available. So trying to go for a big dress onto Boomstore. Might be enough damage here with a diffused magic going down as the Destro Warlock scorches him to the ground, dude. Next up is going to be Seavark as a Frosty Mage. Oh my goodness, he got rid of the beard. Oh my goodness. It looks like Seavark actually hitting the pet while Boomstore is allowed. That's actually a nice trade. Seavark gets to start with resources. Boomstore gets to start with health. That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. Seavark starts with full icicles. Boomstore gets full health. That's an honor duel. I think it's a good trade. I think it's an honorable trade. I actually like this one. I think this is going to be a very interesting duel. Seavark is a Frost Mage, so he's going to have a bit of a hard time. This is the Destro Warlock he's playing up against. Seavark, Frost Mage already have a hard time, duels in particular, but him starting with full icicles might at least give him a little bit of burst potential. Just because the ramp for Frost Mages is insane. Let's see if we're trying to see if he might be able to get some big damage on the Boomstore. Needs to go for as many instant casts and shatter everything onto Boom as he can. It's going to get roots on the Boomstore. It's going to go for the Dark Iron Racial, trying to remove all the slows off of him. That's going to be a big old chaos bolt. Seavark does go for a temporal at 31% dampening. He's going to recover some health, but not all of it. Trying to land a Blizzard or a Frostbolt onto Boom. Going to be a pet interrupt. So Seavark actually is full free to go for as many Frostbolts and Boomstore as he wants to. Actually going to build up those Frostbolts from the pet in the back, but that's going to be Infernal on top of him. That's going to be Cataclysm on top as well. That's Boomstore dropping down the Rain of Fire. That's going to beef up his next few Chaos Bolts while the Infernal is up. It looked like, was that not a real Infernal? That's not a real Infernal. Invis coming out for Seavark, but how does the Tentacle still tag him? That Invis not work? No, that Invis must have worked. There's no way it didn't. Real Infernal coming down. Real shit. Seavark popping into a ice block, and I think that might be done here, man. I think Seavark is out of cooldowns. He's keeping his cool, but his cooldowns though, dropping down a bunch of shadows onto Boomstore, doing quite a bit of damage altogether with the frozen orb. But Seavark is still back there, very very careful about where he's at. Ray of Frost coming into Boomstore, almost didn't have the reach onto Seavark. He almost didn't have a reach. And Seavark is still melting to the dots, having to go for Ice Block as the pet is back there with an Immolate still attacking. Maybe a come flag. Either way, that's super tough. Super tough. And that pet is looking to get a chomp out of Seavark. Can't even polymer of that thing. He's going to be able to root it. Trying to reposition to another side of the pillar. That's going to be Cataclysm on one side, trying to heal himself with Crucible as best as he can. Boomstore is looking to get around that corner. That's going to be a stun Cataclysm, and that's going to be so much damage on the Seavark with this high dampening. 41%. That Temporal is not going to do much for you. Barely any health gain. Actually gained as much health as he possibly could. Blinking away from Boomstore before he can get any casts off. But Boomstore, oh, couple con flags also he needed. Just a couple instant casts. It's going to be immediate. Whoa. Immediate Mortal Coil into Hockey Love. He's going for a bubble. Trying to go for biggest damage to Boomstore. No wings for this man. Why do you bubble? Now wings are coming out super late. Boomstore might still be able to get a Succubus C. There goes the Succubus Seduction. No bubble for this man whatsoever. So for Boomstore, this might be a winnable situation. Hand frame needs to come over this man right now. No, he doesn't get to. No Trinket coming out either. That's going to be a big old Casbolt with a couple of Incinerates. And Hockey Love is already at half inch health, trying to cleanse himself as much as possible. It's going to be yet another Casbolt. I think this man is just down for the count with the rest of the dots. Trying to pop eye for an eye that only works for physical damage. The pet is over there is still going to be able to whip Hockey Love into shape. No more Immolate dots on him though. So it might be okay. Shadow Fear around the corner with a Cataclysm was probably going to cap him off though. Stun comes off. Cataclysm lands. Leap target. Random Infernal dropping in. Hockey Love didn't even stand a chance right after you press that bubble. That was it. That's gonna be a Casbolt just to bust through that immediately. Who's up next? Is it gonna be Bob? Looks like it's gonna be Skill Issues as another Destruction Warlock, I would think. I think it's a Destruction Warlock. As Boomasaur having to fight back through Team Red, man. As Boomasaur having to fight back through the whole of Team Red. He's trying. He's surviving. Had to beat up G-Few after all his homeboys got beat up by that big old bully. And now Boomasaur, the big boomer man that he is, trying to show it that a boomer still got it. Just for reference, Boomasaur is not a boomer. I feel like that would be great for the lore, but no. Big what? Whoa. Sorry for the coughs, but I was flabbergasted that he sank 2 Casbolts into the pet just now. Skillish is just saying 2 Casbolts back to back into the pet. Into the interrupt pet. I mean, I had a cough coming on, but I realized cough because of that. Just threw away a couple of Casbolts. I'm not really sure what he was trying to do. Maybe he was just trying to, it's like, well, if I can't touch Boom, maybe I should just at least hit the pet. Maybe that's what he's trying to go for, but that seems like a little much. But one of them still has Infernal. It looks like Boomasaur still has Infernal. Ooh, as people leave in the groups. Now we have cooldowns, offenses, and defenses like it is the AWC. That's going to be trying to get a banish off of Skillish. It's not going to happen. Boomasaur going to trick it out of that CC with the Casbolt trying to come up. And that's going to be Fear locking him out. And Skillish has got pretty fast casting. His fingers are fast. Got him fast hands. That's going to be twisted appendage onto the pet of Skill Issues. This is going to have to summon a new one as Boomasaur does take it out as we hit in that 60% dampener just a moment, boys. Oh, the 15-minute mark. Trying to land a Cataclysm around the corner. Does connect. That's going to be cutting a lot of resource for Boom. Does have Dark Soul. Does not have Infernal for a while. Could go with a Dark Soul at a later time onto Skill Issues separately. Trying to land an Incinerate. Has a Mortal Coil coming up soon. Skill Issue does reflect. If he plays Reflect right, he could still stand a chance here. Getting a Cataclysm onto Boom. Again, if he plays Reflect, he might be okay. Looks like it's going to be Boom's pet down for the count. Trying to resummon a new one. Going to be Gladiator's Breach to land himself invisibility. Is he invisible? He must be. Yeah, he is. I was going to try to see if he can summon a new fellow Hunter. Does get up and running. Skill Issues and Boom are going to trade Mortal Coils. Skill still has Reflect available. He has Relent. Being a human, he doesn't really have to trick it a lot. That's going to be Reflect off of that Fear. Setting a Fear back into Boom. Not really sure if he needed to. It's going to be yet another Fear. Casbolt to follow him. Into a Fear again. Casbolt to follow. Locking Boomer out with Fears. This is going to be the fastest cast in the West here. It's going to summon a random Infernal on top of Boom. This Boom is going to try to see if he can get a big old Casbolt rolling into the pet, trying to do a bit of damage there. Got himself a Warlock Hellstone. Skill Issue still has Dark Soul. Boomasaur actually has nothing, but Infernal coming up very, very soon. It looks like he's going to bolt the pet. Looks like both of these guys like bolting each other's pets. I guess just take him out since there's nothing else to hit. We're hitting that 16-minute mark, almost 16:30. That's going to be Infernals coming down. Real Infernal for Boomasaur. What looks like a 3-minute Infernal? And for Skill Issues, it's a pretty short Infernal, so it looks like Infernal on top of Infernal. Mortal Coil is available for the both of them, so it looks like as soon as they see each other, it might be a Mortal Coil Bonanza. Skill Issues is going to have his pet going down for a second, not getting an interrupt onto Boom. Does Spare Reflect maybe a little bit early, so Boomasaur doesn't need to worry about it yet. And then Skill Issues is super low on health, sneaking around the corner. Let's get a Mortal Coil into Boom. Does trick it out of it. There's going to be a wall over Skill Issues into... Oh, no. Either he left... I mean, he did die, but I'm pretty sure he left at the last second. I'm not even sure what killed him. I think it was just Infernal, just the roaring blaze of the Infernal. The heat just couldn't handle it. 72% dampening as Boomstar having to go versus Bob. Is going to root him for a second. It looks like Bob is looking to get behind a pillar, which is perfect for Boom as he catches a little bit of the drain life. Bob looking out like he wants to get up in the open, and over behind the pillar, going to try to NASCAR into Boomstar. He doesn't have Mortal Coil for 10 more seconds. And Bob is coming in fresh, ready for everything, remounting up. Boom is still getting those roots onto Bob and is doing a good job. Rooting him, slowing him. The pet is also slowing him. The succubus is doing a good job slowing the guy. Bob trying to see if he can heal. At 72% damage, as you can see, the flashlights are not really doing a lot. And Boom even going with the rain of fire, which doesn't do a lot of single target damage. Even that bits of damage is enough to start putting pressure onto Bob. Bob has Bubble. He's also playing Crusade, so I think he needs to get a Crusade rampant ASAP. He's not going to have the immediate damage or the haste from Crusade, which is going to suck for him. And actually, Boom, if he wants to keep the pet over there, with Bob, he might have been in a good spot. It's going to be Shield of Vengeance, Mortal Coil as Bob is trying to approach Boom. Does hit him with a stun. Succubus seed to follow. It's going to be Random Infernal who's going to break that Succubus unless he did break it in the last second. Bubble coming out for Bob. That's going to be Boom going for the other side with a board. Bob is out in the open. Bubble not available for too long. Does have wings up and running. Not the most amount of damage or haste with those wings of Crusade. He's trying to get some damage to the Boom. He does get himself a wall with an Invis. Just needs to get himself a big old Casbolt and a Bop, and that's going to be it. One Casbolt, real Infernal coming in. Second Casbolt might not even be the end. It was the end. It was the final Casbolt to get a full big old chomp at Bop. And Boomasaur came back, fought for Team Blue, thick and thin, 1v5. Amazing. Destra Warlocks, boys. Destra Warlocks. And I feel like Destra Warlocks are going to be even more busted with a change to versatility next week, because they're just going to go full haste. Because you saw Boom getting cast off, and then the other Warlock he was fighting has full haste. Right now, that versatility is really, really strong. But that haste, dude, is so fast. God damn. Oh my goodness, that was great. I thought it was awesome, boys. Got Seavark here, got a full new group of 5. Alright, Seavark here with a group of 5. Let's look at how many gems you can make. You can make as many as you want to, Ghost. As many as you wish. Sav got a group of 5 ready to go. Boris has a full group. Let's get Boris and Sav. We can get Seavark maybe versus Moon or whatever it may be. Because Boris and Sav haven't played against each other in a while. Or was it Sav was going to play versus Moon? I don't know if that's true or not. Let's get Boris versus Sav. Because those two haven't played in a bit. We'll just get you guys going. I don't even know who played yet, who hasn't played against who yet. We're just gonna try to get as many games as possible, yeah? What changed to versatility? So it's getting reduced by 30% next Tuesday reset for PvP only. It's mostly the versatility amp. So it's not versatility as a stat, it's the versatility corruption that like increases the amount all versatility by a flat number. Like the versatility percentage ones. Yeah, it's like a 30% loss. So if you have 12% versatility increase corruption, it goes to 8% in PvP. If you have a 9%, it goes to 6%, and if you have a 6%, it goes to like 4%. So it's not game changing, just buffs Destros. It buffs any class that hates versatility. It also helps rogues because rogues will stun someone and they'll be playing Conflict and Strife, and with so much versatility, they get the double defensive benefit. So if someone has, like, say, close to 80% versatility with all those amps, with Conflict and Strife stacking, you kidney shot someone's rogue, now they have 80% damage reduction because of a stun. So yeah, it needed to happen, but it's just gonna, man, it gave me a bit of a headache. Now that I got my versatility set, I was like, oh, now I have to farm something else. I'm pretty sure people still end up playing versatility though. I think this is gonna be still the best corruption for PvP. Which we got ourselves Kane on Team Red. On Team Red, we also have Croton. We also got Dono. Temjin scared the shit out of me. Yo, can we get a hashtag Temjin chat? Showing appreciation for the wonderful energy, my man. Thank you so much, my dude. Appreciate you, my man. Yo, can we get a hashtag Temjin, boys? We got ourselves Kane on Team Red. Gonna be going up versus Spartacle in the open on Team Kane. We got ourselves Chronicon. We got ourselves Einstein. We got ourselves Demoniac, Demon Fionti. And Sparta's gonna get hit with an incap as he's trying to see if he can catch up to Kane. And Kane looking like he's actually gonna back up. He's trying to hide behind the pillar. He's trying to get a port up there. On Team Red, Team Blue, we got ourselves Black Stab with Elixir. Cathoth as Psych. Yo, Cathoth, can you be out of cat form and out of stealth, my man? Appreciate you, my dude. We got a cat form and out of stealth unless you're dueling. Thank you, fam. Appreciate it. We're gonna be Lexu by Kane onto Spart, blinking out of it. Looks like he's actually playing normal blinks, maybe. As he was able to blink out of Lexu. Trying to go for blast off of images. He has full arcane power blast available. He's trying to go for some damage on the Kane. He's popping diffuse. No, dampen harm with wall together. It's quite a big defensive. It's gonna be a thick touch of death onto Spart. Spart might have to invis at the last second, taking a lot of damage. The thick touch of death still went through. Unless it was damage without the touch of death. Now it would have been literally like a kill. Spart is still melting even though he's invis. Catching a interrupt onto Kane. Looking to get a blinks away. It's going to be Ice Block as he has no health available whatsoever. Got his images up and running. But it's still regardless super low on health. Trying to instant cast himself as best possible. Is going to be Trinket as though it's going to be Fist of Fury out of Kane. And down goes Spart with a charge from Elixir onto Kane. Looking to get a bit of damage. Stormbolt onto the Monk. Looking to trick it out of it. And looking to pour it out of there into the room for Team Red. Elixir is having to run in there, getting hit with a disarm midway through. And is actually having to walk out of that room with Kane. Finally, he can go some damage. Leg sweep to follow. Does he not run normal trinket? The trinket's at late though, so he does run it. Kane no longer with the trinket. Elixir popping in big and rage regeneration, but also walking away from Kane. Probably not the best move. You want to pop in rage regen and start blasting Bloodthirst as much as you can, and that's going to lock down Elixir now. He's going to be behind without massive defensive for quite a while, but looks like he's not giving up. He's taking a lot of damage, but he's not really giving up. That's going to be Image's Fear coming out onto Kane. Just try to reduce the impact of this monk as best as possible. Fist of Fury flying. Elixir can at least walk out of the Fist of Fury with that Bloodthirst. As we hit on the 3 minutes mark, Elixir dropping super low. Could be the end to this warrior. I think they might be down for the count here, boys. And down they go as Kane looking to juke out of there. Tiger's lusting out of there after defeating that warrior. As we hit on the 3 minute mark, Cat Hoth is going to be up next. Cat Hoth. He's a cat from planet Hoth. He's used to fighting massive elephant looking metal things. But a monk... whole nother story, dude. This ain't like shooting wombats on Ender, you know what I mean? It's gonna be touching death onto Cat Hoth, popping a wall and everything available. Thorns to follow, and that's gonna be Kane reversing those thorns with a Karma Maim by Cat Hoth. Right now, doesn't proc Conflict and Strife actually. It's gonna change this Tuesday, by the way. That's another change happening from versatility. But it's going to be a badge to follow Scath. It's just trying to get himself defenses. Looks like this boy might be down for the count. It looks like Kane. He just tearing the team apart. Psych? Is that Psych on a monk though? Is that Psych Demon Hunter but on a monk? Trying to go for a pretty corrupted looking troll monk here. It's going to be big touch of death onto Kane. Took a bit of that damage. Looking like he wants to back up to the side of the pillar. Ring a boopity bop. Not going to let him go unless he's a port. Looks like Kane is on a run, and Psyched as a troll monk, which you don't see a lot of those, looking very corrupted. I wonder what corruptions he's going for. Maybe big mastery procs? Big Fist of Fury onto Kane, trying to see if he might be able to survive it. Fist of Fury not let him go no, with a Whirling Dragon Punch and the kicks to follow. Psych tricking on Lexip, taking Kane out. There's a 4 minute mark. We still have plenty of Team Boys, plenty of Team Red boys available here to fight through. And if Psych's playing Conflict Shot, the Kinder Shot is going to be pretty nice. Giving him extra versatility and extra defensive potential. Einstein taking quite a bit of damage from this monk. He's rotating that wall into an incap, into Fist of Fury. Evasion up for the rogue. Needs to be sure he's facing right as Psych with that evasion. Karma still available for Psych if things are really dire. He might want to Karma before he gets hit with a Kinder Shot. Kinder Shot comes in. It is super DR. Karma needs to come out right now. Does get the Karma as the bite comes in. Cloaker Shot is up for Einstein. Psych barely getting a lot of heals. It looks like he actually didn't heal for anything. Does he only heal when Karma does damage? Or whenever Karma is like means to do damage? Because he went down pretty quick. Black Stabbit is going to be next. Throwing a bike at Einstein and looking like he wants to actually vanish out of there. Getting hit with a Twisted Appendage. Looks like actually going to eliminate that Twisted Appendage immediately. That's going to be a big old vendetta onto Black Stabbit as Einstein Zul. Not letting this duel go to waste. It's going to be evasion and Cloaker Shadows for Black Stabbit right now. But Einstein is just bailing out of there, man. Just juking it out of there ASAP. Trying to go for a bit of a fan onto Black Sabbath. Cheap shot Garrote to follow. Einstein still has a play. Maybe Kinder Shot might be it. No, Black Sabbath trinkets out at the very last second. Tases this man. Put him in the ground. And Demon Hunter. Is he going to give him an honor duel? It looks like he kind of wants to. Black Sabbath giving him a nice little bow. Demon Hunter, does he want to go for a bow as well? Oh. Black Sabbath actually, by the looks of it. Oh yeah, from Sparta, he has food. So he's actually going to get the honor duel. I appreciate that. I appreciate that one, boys. I like that. Give him a crab. Give him a round of applause as the Kinder Shot comes in onto Demon Hunter. And Black Sabbath is going to throw a Maledict onto the Demon Hunter and just going to kite him around. Darkness coming in for Demon Hunter maybe a little bit early, but he doesn't want to take any damage right now. Maybe a blur would have been enough, but that's going to be the rogue going for the bleeds and just going for the kiting strat right after, letting the bleeds do work. But there's no point of him just sitting on top of the Demon Hunter the whole time, though. Demon Hunter trying to decide if he might want to pick up the eyes or not. Going for Blade Dance right after. It's going to get Black Sabbath out in combat. Kinder Shot right after the Garrote. Trying to go for a bit of damage onto Demon Hunter. It's going to be twisted up on top of it. And Black Sabbath looking to go for a bit more kites as well. Fracture does slam on top of him. And Demon Hunter is going to get those stars flying at the Rogue. Just to catch up to him first though. Trying to use Fell Rush as best as possible. but he's still just unable to. Trying to meta on top of the rogue, unable to really connect. Might have eventual trade available to kind of backflip into the rogue, but the slows from Cripple and Poison are just so rough. Let's go. Black Sabbath trying to get a feint off. Kidney shot on Demon Hunchy. Trinkets out of it immediately. Sabbath doesn't really have a lot in terms of defensives. It's going to have to vanish out of there immediately. It's going to pick up. Oh, big bite to follow Demon Hunchy. Actually reverses it on him. That was nice. That's actually really, really nice. Good reversal by the Demon Hunter there at the end. You gave him the honor duel. And you won that honor duel. I gotta give him credit, man. I gotta give him credit. Credit goes where credit's due. That's pretty great. Alrighty, boys. So for group, people didn't get to play. Alright, boys. Alright. We'll see if anybody's ready. Yeah, man. We'll see if other groups are ready. See if I got a 5-man ready. Moon, do we have a group? Do we have a group? Moon. 262, boys. Can you make it you? You guys are both looking to try. If we somehow get a 5-man EU group, I'm okay with that. Then I'm okay with that. Yeah, if we somehow get a full EU group, man, I guess we could do at least one. We could try it. Why did you choose Nightmare for your rogue? For the looks. It's called Fell Eruption. Is it? Oh, man, okay. I thought for some reason it was Fracture. You're right, it probably is Fell Eruption. Doesn't it do damage? Hold on. If I find a Demon Hunter here. You know, it is Fell Eruption. Why do I think it's Fracture? Fracture has to be someone else, though. Maybe they changed the name of it to Fracture on Shadowlands? Did they? No, might have. Yeah, no one mind. I thought for some reason it was Fracture. Make a 5v5 EU group. Go for it, my dude. More than welcome to. Tank ability. Fracture's a tank ability. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a big slash, isn't it? Instead of like your main. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's still dumb for me though. That's still dumb. I still feel kind of dumb. Because, yeah, I don't know why. Maybe they changed it in Shadowlands. I swear to God, I felt like that ability was now named Fracture, or at some point was named Fracture. But no, you guys are probably right. For some reason, I thought one or the other. Yeah, it's instead of shear, right? No. Yeah, shear. So normally you have shear, but then you go for fracture, and then you can soul carve. Ghost Creeper, do you have a group? Is that a yeah or a nah? He's trying to invite me. Yeah, you could just message me. I don't really know. I can't really take the invite. You know? Fractured but whole. The South Park game. That was a good one, dude. Whenever people throw whispers and invite see him. Oh, really? Okay, no mind. That's unfortunate. It's a bug. Might have to relog. Nah, you're good. I get it. It's like a third time. Do you have a 5-man team? Because if you have a 5-man team, we can get you versus Zivak. He's been waiting. Otherwise, Boris has a group ready to go, boys. Dal just unlocked the Volpera today. Make it a sub-rogue. Hell yeah, dude. Get at it. Yeah, Volpera pretty cool. They actually are not a terrible tank. Surprise, surprise. Which is extremely surprising. It's actually really, really surprising. Because the Volpera are... The racial notes for trouble is really good, especially if you have ads constantly spawning throughout fights. I don't know if they're actually overall happy stream. Yo, what's up, Bicycle, man? Yeah, Corin hates Volpera. But whenever we do an Azeroth prog and we do an Azeroth and Mythic for our guild, the Azeroth spawns a lot of ads. And Azeroth himself doesn't actually do damage. Well, I mean, the spells, again, you know, coming from Azeroth, but a lot of the ads is where most tanks take the most damage, right? There's ads that spawn in the first phase with tentacles. There's ads that spawn with like those circles things that they kill sanity for you. And then there's an extra ad that spawns in the secret phase or the chamber phase. And then a lot of those ads keep spawning and it just keeps feeding into it. It actually does as much healing as like either a trinket or a trait. But it's actually quite value if you're always getting hit by new targets constantly. I think in Mythic Pluses, maybe it's somewhat good. But, you know, if like it's a boss fight where there's ads spawning regular and they hit the boss or hit the tank, That's a good rune for the Valpera. But if it's like as that just there want, yeah, I think if it's just a boss fight and there's ads that are there to hit the tank, then it gets a lot of value. But when it's just ads inside of a dungeon, like you get value from them when you get hit once. But in like a fortified key, they live for a while, so it's just not too much value on it. But yeah, it can be good. It's not terrible. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, little skunk. How you doing, my man? What are your thoughts on the heads of champion PvP? Apparently right now they're good because of constant strife and versus stacking. So this change to versatility on Tuesday is apparently going to kill them. I think it'd be cool if enhancement were like actually viable in PvP though. That's the trouble in same for tank specs. Has to get a lot of resets. And on boss fights where there's ads that hit the tank, I think that's where it's really value. Outside of that, I guess it's value just overall. Alright, we got Ghost Creeper, we got ourselves Seavark. We're gonna get Seavark versus Ghost. See if we can get maybe Night King versus Boris after. Ghost, Creeper, and Seavark. Get him up next. Can I run prod spec? I have 9 HP. Nah, dude, not in duels. No. Tanks ain't allowed. That's one of the rules, man. No tanks, no healers, no none of that. It's gonna be competitive if we actually had some defenses, lol. Yeah, I feel like if Enhance just had something to make him take less damage, or just more health, or just better armor, or something like that, that scared the shit out of me.
What versa changes are coming? Haven't heard.
Yo, Timjin, can we get a hashtag Timjin chat showing up appreciation for on relation, my man? Thank you so much, my dude. Hashtag Timjin, boy. Second, versatility amps. So it's not versatility stat, but the corruption that increases versatility by a percentage. Those again are nerfed by 33%, or if not 30 or 32% next Tuesday or Wednesday if you're EU. Because too many classes are able to get like 100% Versa, and then if you run Conflict Strife, that 100% Versa becomes defensive Versa, so you just take 100% less damage. If you guys saw Athman play yesterday, you would see what I mean. Actually, that should have been uploaded today. That's what they're nerfing it, if you see it. But yeah. Yeah, it's kind of nutty, dude. This shit is actually kind of nuts. But yeah, so I don't think you're going to end up changing what corruption you're going to go for PvP. I think people are still going to play Versum. You're just going to play slightly differently, you know what I mean? Switch. Got ourselves Feed God Eggs going out versus Chill Pills off the bad Feed. Already going for, wait, is Feed the same as the Feed the Paladin I just played? It might actually be. This is going to be Touch of Death on the Chill Pills. Popping in IBF, trying to see if he catch up to the Monk. It's going to grip him right on top. It's going to be a port for the Monkas. Let's try to catch a couple of VFIs. That's going to be Chill Pills going for a transfusion. Trying to get some Death Strikes off of the pets immediately. And he needs to re-ramp back up the damage onto Fist of Fury as Fist is going to be parrying him. Chill Pills has a couple of different abilities he still can go through to give him the runic power. The damage that he needs. Karma coming out into Feed God. As Chill Pills goes for the AMS. I think he's actually just going to try to see maybe if he can bust through the AMS. Looks like he's going to turn around on that plan and get some Chain of Ice onto Feed. With a big old grip, not letting Feed get a lot of freebie heals. This man still got so much mobility. Just bail behind the pillar immediately. Booping Chill Pills out of there. On Team Red, we got G-Fuel, Night Slayer, Warlock, Boomasaur on Team Red. Wait, what? Yeah, Boomasaur watching. Wait, what? Oh, I think I had the wrong team. G-Fuel, Night Slayer, Warlock, and Boomasaur on Team Red together with Chill Pills versus Feed God X, who's looking like he actually might be going down for the county unless he has a port. Does have a port to the other direction. Port next to the team of Team Blue with Seavark, Hockey Love, got Influential, and Peachy, and Feed God got himself another roll, just trying to get away from Chill. I think he might be actually out of all options. Chill Pill does get out of a stun, looking to get Chain of Ice, and does take down Feed God X. Is Hockey Love actually like a... He's just a simple farmer, man. He's just a simple farmer boy. It's gonna be Chill Pill landing, grabbing his mount. Let's look to see if he might be able to get himself the next competitor to poke out. This is going to be Peachy playing that Boomy though, so it's going to be a little bit rough here. At least he's not feral, but a Boomy, that's going to be quite tough. He's going to get a Moonfire, Sunfire rolling onto Chill. He's looking to pick up himself an eye or two. Into an immediate stun onto Peachy. Trick coming out for Peachy. He needs to get back into that Boomkin form. Into a big old Incarn ready to go. Got a bunch of Star Starters ready. Chill actually taking quite a meaningful amount of damage. Is going to be able to stop the arcane damage by interrupting an IMS in the Cyclone as Peachy tried to kind of limit the damage and the healing that Chillpills was doing just now. Is going to group him on a cast. Peachy popping back into booming form. Still trying to get a couple of regrowths in there. Getting interrupted on nature. Might still be able to get quite a bit of arcane damage. Star Surges are still flying. Perfect opportunity to get redots. So there's going to be some easy solo wraps on him for a moment until Chillpills has even more CC ready. So for the Boomkin, I think it might be best to just park your big feathery butt and just start spamming damage at Chillpills. But it looks like the damage might not be enough. Trying to land a cycle on Chillpills does get it off. He's either just holding his ground in a position where Chillpills can't get a line of sight and do as much damage as he can. Getting stunned up by the DK. Chill does not have AMS for a little bit. Just used his interrupt. Might have a grip sometime soonish. And Peaches is still trying to get as much damage as he can while he can. Looking to get himself a little bit of a tiger dash out of there. Does he get a root? He does get a root in Chillpills. We recovered quite a lot of health pretty quickly. I think this man is actually just sitting on the ground while rooted. He's like, ah. Gotta sit there rooted. Oh. That's gonna be AMS for him. I don't really know what Peachy can do, man. I think this man is down on the ropes. There's gonna be a big old snowball getting thrown in by Chill. Does have thorns up and running, so Chill is gonna take a bit of that damage. No AMS ready for it. Does have transfusion, so that's gonna help him a ton of healing. Especially as he's taking damage from those swords. It's just gonna power him up even more. And Cyclone coming out for Peachy. He's just getting those desperate Cyclones just to recover maybe a little bit of health. I wonder if Boomkins could maybe get some kind of a dot heavy build so he can just dot someone and run away. I don't think it could be possible in duels. I think with Chillpills it might be just because the DK doesn't have a lot of mobility. Them gribs though, dude. Them gribs though. Let's Peachy on his last steps, man. He's going to be going down here. Next up is going to be Hockey Love. A simple farmer paladin versus Chill. Is going to get hit with the chain of ice. I think he's still RP walking. I don't want to disable RP walking if that's the case, unless it's literally chain of ice slowing him down that much. Actually, I think he is trying to run. I think he is actually trying to run. Just chain of ice is slowing down that much. So Chillpills is just going to get away from the big old wings from the Pala, waiting them out for a little bit. About to hit the 5-minute mark, and that's where dampening is going to start coming down, boys. Chillpills trying to get himself some ramp going, the frosty ramp rolling. And it looks like he's actually going to human racial out of that Hodge. Hockey Love got himself eye for an eye available right now. He's going to reduce some of the physical damage. Takes Bubble with a Shield of Vengeance. Trying to see if he can reverse the damage back to Chill. But I don't really know if he has enough here. It looks like he's actually going to back up himself as he just had to pop a lot of defenses. That was Bubble, eye for an eye, Shield of Vengeance. I don't think this man's got a lot. I mean, Bop might help a little, but Chillpills, if let's say he's got a big Remorseless Winter rolling, and you Bop, the Remorseless Winter is still hitting you. That's still going to be chilling you. That's maybe going to be rough for him. This Hockey Love just doesn't look like he has a lot left. The Chillpills has got so much more pressure overall. And down he goes. Influential is going to be up next as an Assassination Rogue. Not even going for a sap, but the Chillpills just going in. Big damage off the bat. Evasion up and running. Chillpills popping IBF. Trinket out of that stun immediately as Influential just doesn't want to take that damage. It looked like it was a more defensive stun than anything, but Chillpills has Death Pact if he needs to. Got himself Transfusion. Might be able to survive with this for a little bit, but if he knows the Rogue is going to be bailing out there for a while and not coming back anytime soon, he could just go for a Dark Pact and just kind of chill there, couldn't he? Get a shot on Chillpills and Influential, trying to do as much damage as he can. Try to go for a Phantom Knight, which I never understood why rogues sometimes do that. That's going to be a cloak of shadows to follow. The Influential, though, as he's sitting next to Chillpills, you got to realize his cooldowns are going to be longer the longer he spends time with his DK. So maybe he might want to go for a dot and rod playstyle. Is letting a sap through the box. It's even a little unfortunate. But that's going to be Death Pact out of Chillpills. He's going to try to get himself a Mortal Winter. Influential getting tagged by it, but just a hair. Getting yoinked back in, and his cooldowns are not going to be far longer. He had evasion coming up, Trinket coming up sometime soonish, but now that he's on top of Chillpills, he's just going to have less and less of those cooldowns. He'll spend less time around Chillpills. Otherwise, he's going to be really in a bad spot. Trying to get a shot him off, and looks at Chillpills capping off that kill. Trying to get a big old grip on the Seavork as he's trying to go for some arcane damage into a root onto Chillpills. Trying to get the arcane orb rolling as well. Going to be some arcane missiles to follow as Seavork is just getting yoinked around, trying to finally land some crowd control and Chillpills. Try to land on a second repoly in case it trinkets out of it. Maybe now Seavork might be able to get some damage in. It's just getting yoinked, roped into battle immediately. Chillpills just not giving him any breathing room. That is a 5v5 1 duel. You don't have to. He's not going for that honor duels, man. Stun onto Seavark. The Shilpa is just trying to maintain himself as best possible. The roots are actually starting to stifle his DK a little bit. And that's going to be an invis for Seavark, so he can head behind the pillar. Arcane missiles to follow, shredding right through Chilpas. No AMS available for a while. You just having to chain of ice. Seavark still trying to run at him as best as possible. AMS finally coming out. Doesn't really have anything to stop Seavark for the moment. If you can get a stun, that would be great. Does get on top of him. That should be enough damage to bust him out of invis, which it does. Chilpa is trying to recover as much health as humanly possible. Death pact available in about 30 seconds. Does he want to go aggressive, or is he fine staying away from Seavark though? That is the biggest question. Does he stay aggressive, or does he get away from the guy for a bit? What do we do here? How do you approach this? It's 15 seconds left on a death pack. Might have something here. It's going to be his cooldowns rolling as he gets a stun to Seavark. Needs more healing. Needs to get an interrupt on the Arcane missiles. Grips onto the missiles. There's still more blinks available for Seavark in case things go bad. Needs to continue the chain of ice spam onto the mage. Might be able to interrupt him. Missing that interrupt. Death pack available. Could use it right here. Is going to use death pack right now. That's going to be IBF on top of it. Seavark looking to just to abuse the death pack. Necrotic damage. Chilpas might not have enough here. Try to heal them as much as possible. And Reaping Flames does take down the DK Overlord, boys. And Seavark still has a lot of dudes to get through as G Fuel. Looks like he's gonna possibly give Seavark an honor duel here. Unless he just runs in. No, I think he's gonna give him full honor duel. He's building up some chi himself. That was hell of a duel though, boys. Get such a dirty PvP spec. They're blinking around you all the time, dude. You can never catch them. They're just everywhere and nowhere all the time. Too bad this whole playstyle of blinking around is getting nerfed in Shadowlands. It's super fun to watch, not gonna lie. It's entertaining. GFU going for Diffuse Magic. He's gonna have himself a hell of a game trying to catch Seavark. Seavark playing Frost, one thing. Seavark playing Arcane, a whole another. Got himself some massive cooldowns ready. Is he gonna go for big damage? This is going for more polymorphs, so it looks like he's not going to be able to get that much value on his cooldowns. Going to be a get port for GFU as it's popping in a wall here, trying to see if he might be able to get through Seavark's defenses. That's going to be meted Icebox for Seavark. Still holding on to a trinket. Maybe has the Woven no Racial available. No Invis for a moment, no Temporal. Coming up soon though. And it's actually getting quite huge damage on a GFU. That's going to be GFU dropping down Ring of Boopity Bops. Booping the mage out of there just so he can actually get himself some healing. Trying to verify himself to full SSFP. As we hit in the 10-minute mark, boys, 30% dampening is upon us. And GFU trying to use the boxes to create some line of sight so you can maybe get closer to Seavark, but those roots and the slows, and the way that Seavark controls the blinks and shimmers and the reverse blinks, which are called displacement. Always forget those. Always forget what they're called. But whoever to displaces, like if he's able to control those just right, he's in a good spot. Try to displace himself back behind GFU. He's gonna shimmer out of here, knocking him up while he's trying to go for a roll, which does nullify GFU's mobility there. Unless GFU has more mobility, he's good. He's gonna go for a port back to play more defensively. See where he's gonna send Arcane Orb at him. I don't think it actually hits him, maybe clips him. It does have a pretty big range to it. Dragon kicking to try to catch up to Seavark, using rolls, but this man is ahead of you already. That's going to be Ring of Boopity Bob just to get him out of there for a second. Ring of P is booping him out of the way. And GFU taking quite a considerable amount of damage. I think he might be looking for a Karma here. And that's going to be Karma out of Seavark. He knows he can't really do anything with the Karma. He is going to go for a Poly onto GFU. But somehow something breaks the Poly. That's going to be some big damage on the Seavark. Got himself a big Arcane power ready to go. GFU trying to root him down. Leg Super after trinkets out of it immediately. It's going to walk away from the Fist of Fury. Temporal already preloaded. GFU is actually super low in health. Trying to attack us around. It's going to AoE Seavark out in the open. Seavark might be able to maybe back blink behind the pillar with GFU. If he's able to interrupt him on a cast, he does get the interrupt. GFU is kind of forced to want to go offensive. He's going to get an in-cap. Trying to play more defensive against Seavark if he can whatsoever. Is going to have to wait it out a little bit. Seavark got himself quite a good advantage, I would say. Unless GFU can just get a leg sweep, lock down Seavark with a massive touch of death. It's going to be quite tough. And that's going to be GFU. Again, Diffuse Magic. He has so many defenses just rotating. He's trying to play defensive. If he wants to, he's always trying to like walk at Seavark, trying to see if he can maybe get some sort of pressure. Maybe he can just roll up to him and do some damage. And then he has to go defensive behind the pillar. So Seavark just tells him, can't get away, you can't catch me. But also you can't get away from him. See, we're blinking around the corner. GF super low in health. I think you might have him here. That was a shadow move for a second. RK misses. Might actually be able to end it right now with the wall keeping him barely alive. That wall was needed there for the extra health, and he had it. It's going to be GF still getting hit with more missiles. Extremely low in health. Does Silver have Reaping Flames to follow here? That's going to be a full leg sweep. Dressed. Oh my god. GF got some damage out of nowhere. They just locked him down in a single leg sweep. Big dressed. Whirling Dragon Punch. Monk's so broken. Monk is nuts. Maybe even 2 nuts. That was insane. That was insane. What was the damage? It came out of nowhere. It's just like, pow. Hi, by the way. Damage. Damage here. What? Oh, man. What was that? Just came out of nowhere. No, what, seriously, what was that? It was a Conflict of Strife. He stunned him with full stacks of Conflict of Strife. I think that increased the amount of Conflict of Strife you have, versatility, increases your damage. He popped Dressed, and I guess maybe something else crit. That must have been it. Someone else must have like crit or something. That was nuts. That was a lot of deeps. Big oof, dude. Massive oof. What the hell? Some rogues have Phantom Knives as their trade, probably why they randomly FON during rotation. Asteroid trait. That one doesn't do. Even then, that trait is more for AoE. It makes the target that get crit by Phantom Knives radiate with fan, but I don't think anybody's gonna get run in PvP, right? Unless they're running the talent for a Phantom Knives, because the Phantom can actually build up in stacks and maybe can be used in single target. But I think Poison Bomb is best. But I don't know, actually. That trick was a Touch of Death, basically. Oh, and a Touch of Death? Wait, if that was with Touch of Death, then I could see why. But if that wasn't Touch of Death, then... Yeah, if that Touch of Death that killed you, then I understand. That's totally understandable. If that's not Touch of Death, though, that didn't look like Touch of Death. A Trinket and a Touch of Death, basically. Okay, yeah, if that Touch of Death was on you, like in cap, Touch of Death you, and then leg swept you, then I can see it, but yeah. It's insane. Touch of Death hit me for, oh, it did Touch of Death, yeah. Okay, 116 and the trigger was 107. Jesus, dude. Did he need Fist of Fury even? Did he even need Fist of Fury? I don't even know. Send team opposite order. We'll get Boris and Tav here, just to get a bit more variety, boys. Match. Sav and Boris. Here we go. How do I join? LFG, my dude. We have groups on LFG on US. Alliance and Horde. Just go to custom PvP and look up 5V5 or top number 5 in a search. And if you don't see one, you can make one yourself. Go to custom PvP. Call your group something like 5V5 1v1 Duels DAL. And get people. So it's easier for everybody else to find. Get people in there, in your group. Hello Sam, how you doing? I'm doing the duels right now. You can invite me after. Yeah, friend? Thank you. Cool. This should work. Okay, what am I doing? Switch. Cool. I think now we're ready. Yeah, sorry for a second. Oh, we got some new names. We got ourselves Kahoth. Well, he's not new, but Kahoth about a cat from ourselves, by the way. Let's see, duel, my man. Appreciate you. Oh. See the cursor. It'll disappear when the clock strikes 12. Got ourselves Daz in here. Daz Troll as well. Psyched. We're looking very corrupted. Looking like a madman. We got Poly Queens and Super Suck. There it is, boys. Versus Team Red. We got ourselves Demon Hunty with Demoniac in the back. Kane just kind of hanging around. They're all like a Chronicon, dude. They're bullying Chronicon. Why are you bullying Chronicon? It looks like Al Dark. Al Dark is going to be first up. It looks like his trait already kind of procced. You might want to go damage because his trait proc. That's the extra stats for you, man. Oh my goodness. Psych is looking pretty corrupted. We'll see what kind of a setup he's got going on. Big leg soup onto All Dark. Does he have some kind of a crazy corruption procs? What corruptions does he run? He gotta have some kind of a crazy build, right? Must be like a very, very nutty build, yeah? It's gotta be. All Dark is looking like he wants to back the hell out of it for a second, but Psych looking like he wants to round the corner into an interrupt onto the Psych. He's gonna have himself a trinket out of the CC by All Dark into a prisoner after. All Dark taking a bit of damage as Zuen is definitely harassing him. But it's got a massive goddamn tentacle slappers. It looks like it's gonna bail out of there immediately. I'm watching for Psychman. I'm seeing if the thing from beyond is going to attack him, because he is definitely in that corruption range where I think from beyond, and maybe even Cascading Disaster, could assault him. Psych, real low in health, is going to have to go for a Karma onto Aldark. He's looking like he wants to bail out of there, incapping for a moment, but that Karma is going to break. That's why I really want to min-max the damage while Karma is up. It looks like Aldark is trying to avoid the Karma as best as possible, but getting caught in a Fist of Fury, and Elixir to follow. Touch of Death right after. It's going to be Darkness coming in for Aldark. If he's lucky, the Touch of Death is not going to do any damage. Yes, he got lucky. He walks out of the darkness. Touch of Death doesn't do that much. Looks like a majority of the damage while Psych was doing in the darkness got absorbed, but the Touch of Death, so the Touch of Death couldn't really get that big. It's going to be a big old stun into Psych. Might have enough damage to take down the Monk. Fist of Fury flying by the Monk. Is trying to play defensive here, trying to run out of their roll as well as Tiger's Lust, but it's going to get hit with an Imprison immediately. Stunned right after, and that's going to be it for Psych. I really want to know what kind of build he was trying to go for, because he didn't have to think beyond attacking him or nothing. But I'd like to see. What is he trying to do? Looks like Super Suck the Arcane Mage is going to be up next, boys. Honor worth more than having an advantage? I guess it depends how you look at it. In this 5v5 duels, you're more than welcome to honor duel somebody if you want to. That's up to you. Or if you want to have an advantage, you're more than welcome to. It's really up to the player, man. The rules are rules. You could duel as soon as one person on the other team dies. The gates are up. You're more than welcome. Go. You know what I mean? You're more than welcome to do whatever you like. It's really up to the player, man. I don't judge, but it is cool. I like honor duels, though. I like the honorable duels. But let's say you got like a Destro Warlock decimating the team, and you finally got no cooldowns, and you're a rogue, and you're like, man, if I could take down the Destro Warlock, the rest of my team could maybe the rest of the Warlock's team could actually get to play. I can definitely see like taking them out of classes has a hard counter for you. Super Suck though, surviving versus Aldark so far for now is playing the Crucible, getting stunned as he's trying to go for a Nova, which gives Aldark perfect opportunity. Perfect opportunity to get quite a bit of damage onto the mage. Playing Arcane, though, he needs to go for as many blinks as possible. Getting interrupted on Arcane, actually, not all he can do. Does give himself a little bit extra health. Goes in for an Ice Block, his hand poking out of the Ice Block just by a... just the forearm poking out, man. You can tickle his fingers there. Gonna be a fist of Arcane Blast coming in for Super Suck. But I think this man is actually done. I think he burned out through all the defenses. And with that Temporal, not a lot you can really do. I think that mage maybe wasn't geared, or Aldark just completely hard countered him. But he definitely was having a hard time there. Who's going to be up next? Poly Queens. We got ourselves Daz. We got ourselves Kahoth. It looks like it is going to be Daz Trolls. Aldark looking for stealthies, man. Look for them stealthies. Are we seeing assassination here, or is that subtlety? Mark for the kidney shot. Looks like it's going to be a Vendetta rolling up onto Aldark as Daz is going to go for full-blown damage. Big old poison bomb proc. Getting Trinket off of that stun into evasion as well as Cloak of Shadows. Aldark popping and blur. That's going to be a blind to follow while Vendetta's up. Trinket's out of the blind. Not really sure if you want to do that. But it's going to be imprisoned onto Daz Troll. Does he have anything to follow from there? Stun onto the Rogue. Should be able to get quite a bit of damage. Should be aware of the next kidney shot. That could be quite huge. Dress to Gas coming out. No Vendetta with this one though. Looks like the Rogue is going to go for a reset. Got some dots into Aldark. It's like he wants to get himself a bit of a reset and a redo. It's a pretty big Vendetta just burning out at the beginning, doesn't he? I forgot you play Alliance. What do we that Horde on Honor minus Sylvanas? Who said to play Alliance? Who said to play Alliance? I take that as an insult, my friend. I loved ice stabbing people and seeing them in animation. Oh yeah, that's fun, dude. We don't claim the Nightborn. Alliance can have the Nightborn and Volpera. Ouch. It's dropping me off just like my dad, huh? He went to the store and never came back. You gonna be like that too? Dad's trying to see if he might be able to survive through the Demon Hunter power, man. But I think he's honestly got nothing. That or Aldark has a full Versa build and just actually unkillable. Dashing right through the smoke bomb, stun to Dazzle, go for a big old I-beam. Blade Dance and a big old 10 he spikes down onto the boy. Kahoth or Poly Queens. One of you guys gotta be next. It looks like Kahoth is gonna be up next. Poly. Better be aware of what's going on here. I think Poly's fire, so Poly might actually be able to do something. Kahoth though, try to sneak around Aldark. Should go for a sight. If he doesn't have it, does not find the Feral. The Feral doesn't actually get caught out in the open either. He's gonna go for the Bleed Trap with the roots onto Aldark. He got himself Crucible just to heal himself as best as he could. Well, 440G. Oh my goodness. Nightborn is decent. Wait, Nightborn is decent. DNA test didn't happen. Don't claim my player Nightborn is decent. DNA testing me now? What? Hello? Stun onto Kahoth. Trinkets out of it immediately. Dark still has so much pressure onto this man. Kahoth tried to line up combo points. Not really going to get that much value. He is going to have stars stacking on him. As All Dark is playing that infinite stars playstyle. Which I guess kind of can sort of be good in PvP. It kind of fell out. I remember everybody played stars at one point. But then they kind of nerfed him by a bunch. But stars can actually still be good. If you have a healer that's going to dispel stars, and you have like your caster or that you're playing with, a friend gets a caster or another healer, and they play claw, dispel stars, claw them, punish them immediately. So much damage, so much pressure. Can't really do much about it. Gonna be a reopener by Kahoth into All Dark, looking like again is gonna go for the bleeds. I guess when the equity is high enough, you actually might be able to get that much value out of it, huh? I think so. Gonna be a fell eruption by the Demon Hunter into a wall. Thorns by Kahoth trying to get some damage in. But through that blur, what can he do? I think All Dark might be playing some crazy versatility build, man. He takes 0 damage whatsoever. It's like the tankiest Demon Hunter I've ever seen. It's gonna land in a prison to Kahoth as he's trying to sprint out of there, dashing out of there. Nordlar just continues to heal himself with Crucible as often as possible, trying to get some big damage on the Kahoth, trying to charge around, not going to be able to connect as easily. If Full Eruption comes up, unless he has more mobility, he's going to be kind of out of options. The Pharaoh does have the slows, does have the mobility for this. Does he have a Spectral Sight? Yeah, Spectral Sight gets him out in the open with a Crucible. Kahoth is going to go for a long game. I guess with dampening high enough, the bleed should start doing work. It's just Kahoth gets hit by the Demon Hunter after going for the bleed strats. That's gonna go Blade Dance, dodging the stun from Stell by Kahoth. Bash is still gonna come up, trying to get the dots up and running onto All Dark. Is gonna get the big damage out of with a stun. Trinket coming out super late for Kahoth. Is trying to survive desperately. It's gonna be Thorns getting cleansed completely. Wall is the only thing that's keeping him alive. And as long as All Dark has the fell rushes to catch up to Kahoth, he might have it. Did you try to go for a big old meta just now? I think I actually might have just meta, trying to get an opener onto All Dark. Couldn't quite do it. As he was still in Blade Dance. 100% dodge, doesn't even need to be facing the target. All Dark, if you just pop meta, I think it would want to attack Polyquins. I mean, going for Honor Duel is nice, but that's a cooldowns, man. It's gonna be invis. Not gonna let him, dude. Oh no, I think he felt bad about it. He was thinking, you know what, maybe I'll back up, maybe I'll let him reset. Nope. Meta, I gotta do it, man. I gotta do my thing. Grand Empires are gonna come out. All Dark does not have an answer for this one. Might have to darkness or blur this. He's gonna pop himself a heal in prison. Do the Grand Empire never make it? I don't think Grand Empire ever went off. Unless Dark just healed himself in a Warlock Hellstone with Crotacon. Warlock Hellstone. Polyquins popping combustion, actually going for Ice Block. Interesting. Into the Sun Poly has a trinket if he needs to. Has Cauterize available if things ever go bad. Trying to see if he might be able to get the sprint out of there with a Temporal. Might be able to catch. Oh no! All Dark Center fell lance on him and he come around the corner. Wasn't looking where the Demon Hunter was. So he got an aerial assault there, dude. What was that? All Dark with. I think it's a 5-0. I don't think it's a 3-0. I think it's a 5-0. The other guys must have just left, right? That's about dead. Must have been what happened. But there it is, boys. There it is. Boom got a 5? Oh, shit. I don't care why I invited you. All good, fam. Alright, boys. Boom got a 5. 5 out of 5 completed new group. One more in. Did I just have Sav? 5 out of 5 completed new group on my Warrior. I mean, I guess I could get Sav and Boom if you gotta literally complete the new group. I guess so, yeah, we could do it. I mean, if you literally complete the new, like everybody fresh, brand new. Or my team didn't get to play. That is true. What's up, late? What's up, Mike? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Need duels? I actually do enjoy duels a lot, man. I enjoy duels a bunch. Out of experience of all tournaments you hosted, what do you think is the class spec with the most chance for 1-on-1 good overall? Tournaments, man. If you're calling this tournaments, I'm flattered, because this is just kind of for fun doing with viewers and stuff, you know what I mean? As for the 1v1s, best class 1v1 fight overall. Probably like any classic have resets like monks and pharaohs, or maybe a demon hunter, just for the amount of pressure you have. I think if you're going for like one class versus another class, I feel like a Destro Warlock, if there's like minimal pillars and if nobody's actually gonna like literally dot up and sit behind the pillar the whole game, I think a Destro Warlock has the best chance to get like the biggest one shot. No mind, Sumo group quit, rip. Let's get Sav and let's get Boomasaur in here. Boom and Sav. Here we go, boys. I believe they're losing Swain and Dash, possibly a little more. Demon Hunters? Yeah, Demon Hunters are losing the Blade Dance dodge unless you're a meta form. The demonic playstyle with the talent is going to be 6 seconds instead of 8 seconds, so you're not going to get 2 Blade Dances in there for the damage. You're losing Leech, passive Leech. All passive Leech gone. So you either have to talent for Leech, or you have to go for immunity with Nether Walk, or for to have a beefier Blur. Blur also got nerfed by hair, so if you go for Desperate Instincts, you'll buff the defensiveness of Blur. But you also, Darkness is a 5-minute cooldown instead of like a 3-minute cooldown, so you'll be able to use it like once in most situations. Yeah, it's actually quite a lot of nerfs for Demon Hunters. Plus, also the cap for AoE is going to be kind of, that's mostly PvE Mythic Plus thing, but yeah, a lot of abilities are capped now. Pretty much. I think I-Beam is the only thing that isn't capped, but it's heavily diminished if you hit like many enemies, right? So it's going to be a limiter on how much damage you can truly do. Did I say this one? I certainly hope I did. I'm going to hold it up here for now. Switch. We got ourselves Team Blue with Daz Demo. We got ourselves Karma Central, Decapitator, Scary Man, oh, a spooky. And we got ourselves Mika here as well. Versus Team Red, we got ourselves Boomasaur. Chilpa's going to be going first with the big old IBF versus Daz Demo. We got a Cupcake in the back, Night Slayer, Warlock, but it's going to be Chilpa's first man up. Walking out for Daz Demon, getting himself Mortal Coil into Chill Pills. Should be a perfect opportunity for him to get some damage, but it's going to be a grip by Chill into a stun trick coming up for Daz, getting locked out on Shadow. Perfect opportunity to cast some Casbolts into the face of the Death Knight. Casbolts now are flying. AMS is up for Chill. He's trying to get himself Transfusion rolling. Daz Demon not really feeling all that health. It's going to be another Infernal Randomness. Summon second. Casbolt third. Casbolt flying. This is going to be interrupted in the chaos. As Chillpill's already got himself full ramp rolling, he is out of all defense except for one. Grip onto the Fear, trying not to get Fear for too much. That's going to be a Fear with a Casbolt for freebie. Second Casbolt might be another free one too. That is a free one. Into another Fear. Dazdemon might have enough damage maybe here. Super low in health. Chillpills just needs to get a little bit extra damage. I think he's got him though. I think the DK's got it. He's going to come in. Casbolt trying to make it happen. Chillpill's surviving through the chaos. He's going to get a slow into Decapitator. Is he going for? He got the Thor Mog going on here, boys. The big Thor Mog. The question is it Chubby Thor or is he the OG Thor? I would like to think he was the OG Thor. Who runs a helmet like that if not the OG Thor? Big leap on top. Chillpills is going for Kites. Decapitator needs to get a melee with Chill, so you can get those Bloodthirsts to be cleaning off those he needs to get in melee and Bloodthirst him in melee so he can clean those Chain of Ice. Otherwise, Chillpills can just kite him around the whole time. And Chillpills knows that as soon as he gets in melee, he better have some damage available. He better be able to tussle with the muscle because Decapitator got plenty of self heals. That's going to be a bit of a reflect for Decapitator. I don't really know if he can reflect much in Chill. That's going to be a big old bike to follow with that Recklessness. The Chillpill popping AMS. I guess it gets the damage, the fire damage of the bike that happens after a bit of time. The damage over time, or maybe it's explosion after the bike. Is it dot? I think it's a dot. Is it not? Maybe it's not. That's going to be Decapitator trying to maintain the damage and the pressure on Chillpills. Chillpills is going to have to worry about playing defensively here. Stun onto Cap is going to be Trinket. If you can maybe get another stun and Chain of Ice him from a distance in case he wants to wait for some cooldowns, that would be a perfect opportunity. But Decap, as long as he doesn't as long as he stays on top of Chillpills, he'll be fine. Chill actually going for a death pack, which is quite crucial of a cooldown, but the way you use it is going to be interesting. That is going to necrotic a portion of his health, so he's not going to be able to heal. But if he waits it out long enough, like right here, he'll gain that health back. So he gains health, but a portion will not be able to get healed through him. It is quite a big amount of health. And if you use it strategically, Use it when you're behind the pillar when the enemy runs away from you and you know they're not going to hit you for a while. Death pack. That's going to be free health. By the time they engage with you, necrotics are gone. Decapitator taking a little bit of damage to him. Another thing that Chill Pills has is also cooldown slow. He really makes the cooldowns feel sluggish. As Decapitator is dropping low. Huge shield for Decap right now. Massive heal with the Warlock House most likely. Probably going to get a charge on Chill Pills. Actually, it doesn't get a charge, but it's a massive heal in a single go. But if you look at Decapitator's cooldowns like the Trinket and Rage Regeneration, Chill Pills can literally play Battle of Attrition. As Decap gets close to Chill, the cooldowns go up. That Enrage Regen went from like normally 1 minute something to a 3-minute cooldown. So the longer Decap stays next to Chill Pills, the longer those cooldowns are going to be. So Chill Pills eventually can maybe fight him with a Battle of Attrition. So Decap might actually want to bail out of it if he can. I think that was a grip on Chill Pills, but he had a Reflect available. Decap is waiting for his cooldowns to maybe get back a little bit faster. He had about a minute on that Trinket. If he can disengage away from Chill Pills for a second, drop whatever the slow factor is, he might be able to get the cooldown back faster. Chill Pills is going to play in that Battle of Attrition, eating a bite to the face as he gets a stun on Decap. It looks like Chill Pills is the one who actually wants to get it from Decap. Does Decap have a charge? He does have a charge. He's going to be able to stay on top of Chill. That's going to be execute available very soon. Does Chill Pill have a Trinket for anything? Reflect up for Decap. As Chill Pill is trying to see if he can shake him off. Decap just to stay right on top of Chill Pill's Bloodthirst and cooldown. Every cooldown you have, Bloodthirst, Rampage as much as you can. Execute is in near sight. He doesn't even need cooldowns. That Chill Pill is the one on the back foot. That's got to be Death Pack coming up very, very soon, though. Actually, might be perfect for Chill right here. As Decap decided to back away as he saw the big transfusion damage or transfusion healing coming out for Chill. That could have been really, really bad. So maybe that's why he backed up for it. Chill Pill's going for Death Pack. Cannot heal through this. Decap right back on top of a Bloodthirst and back to back. Reflecting on stuns. And Chill Pill's actually stuns himself into trouble right after. Execute is ready right now. And Decap is trying to end him. Chill Pill's trying to survive his life. Death Strikes are flying. Trying to stay himself afloat as best he can. Chain of Ice looks like he might be able to make a break. But no. Decap is back on top of him. Not letting the Chain of Ice slow him down. No chain gonna hold this man down, boys. And Boomister is going to be up next. Oh, man, you guys should have let Warlock play. Because Boomister is going to go blasting everybody into the past, man. Where's Warlock over here? Yeah, Warlock looks pretty corrupted. Yeah, you guys probably should let Warlock play. Because I don't know, I think Boom is going to come in and clean the house. But maybe they'll change their minds. As Decap is going to be chilling there with a Succubus pet for a moment. Chilling. Boom is trying to see if he can sneak an angle. He's going to land the Cataclysm. As Decap can't really get away from those roots. Actually, does Bloodthirst clear roots or only slows? I think it clears only slows. Otherwise, I think you would have been able to Bloodthirst the pet and just walk out of there. Because I'm pretty sure against Pharaohs you can't just clear it. Or against Warlocks you can't clear it either. But I could be wrong in that. Boomstar is going to pull his pet back. Decap is going to get a stun to Boomstar. Try to go for a bit of a Blade Storm. I think in case the pet was going to go for a Succubus CC, and that is going to be a Mortal Coil with a Fear to Fall. It doesn't have Zerker. It's actually going to be able to maybe reflect the Chaos Bolt. I think he might have been able to reflect that Chaos Bolt. The second one is going to make it through. It's going to try to go behind the pillar, trying to get away from Boomasaur. It's just trying to get the cast in. Mortal Coil down. That was a gateway as well. So Boom actually doesn't really have a lot to play with in terms of mobility. So Decap, you would think it would be a perfect time to leap on top of Boom and really punish him. But he actually is going to take his time with this one. That is something to consider for Decap though. He needs to watch out what cooldowns Boom has or not. Did he just bike Boom? I think he just bike Boom from a mile away. Dropping down the big Infernal. Going to be invisible. Boomasaur is just trying to get himself a reset. And Decapitator better be looking for a line of sight. Actually, Boom not coming out of the cell because he can't get away from Decap. Gonna get interrupted on fire. Mortal Coil is gonna hit him, and that's gonna be a freebie Chaos Bolts. Might be an opportunity for him to get in Rage Regen. Didn't really take that much damage from that Chaos Bolt. I don't know if Boomstar playing the beefy Chaos Bolts either. Reflect available. Boomstar trying to see if he can bait it down. Did get it down. Stormbolt onto that Chaos Bolt. Boomstar Trinket's wall is up and run. Decap could maybe go for a fear. Does fear it in the last second. Chaos Bolt is still trying to see if it can come out. Second Chaos Bolt on the way like a pipeline. And Decap is just staying in there, hanging in, doing damage, punishing Boomstar as best as possible. That could be a Succubus CC here. Does go for a Blaze Storm. No Succubus CC is going to stop this man. Has Zerker Rage if things ever go bad. Does get an interrupt on Shadow. I don't really know. Maybe he didn't have Zerker Rage for that one. That's going to be fear onto Decap. No Zerker Rage to get out of there. Freebie Chaos Bolt coming in for Boomasaur. Charge coming in for Decap. Still going to be able to get himself plenty of healing. Mortal Coil running in your direction. Maybe Boom by now has the gateway. He does not. Big leap for Decap into stun to Boomasaur. No Succubus to stop this man right now. This wild man might have it. Into Reflect available. Boomasaur can't really stop him. Does have the gateway. Does Decap have enough? Throwing an axe in there. Almost enough damage right there. If he just has one more throw somehow, that would do it. That had an Azeroth proc or something just now. And he's going to be able to get a charge in and execute, boom, taking down the big bad wolf. Cupcake is going to be up next as a monk. Just going to get a zap onto Decap. Decap is holding his ground as we hitting the 8-minute mark. He's went through the juggernauts like Chill Pills and Boomasaur. He went through them and did a really good job, I gotta say. The Fury Madman over here. Stormbolt onto Cupcake before he can get himself the full Fist of Fury. It looks like he's actually just going to run away from the images with Cupcake. Going for a bit of a Blaze Storm in case there's a leg sweep. Fist of Fury flying. He's just going to walk out of there, get into slow into Cupcake. He's going to charge right back in. Get himself a little bit of a Recklessness going. Trinket available very, very soon. Not going to Trinket out of this leg sweep. And Decap needs to make sure he's playing around the hit and run playstyle of Cupcake. Going to be ring of boopity bops out of there. But Cupcake isn't really going to stay in that ring for long. Decap can get quite a bit of damage in. And that's going to be a touch of death into Stormbolt of Cupcake. Trying to again deny as much damage of that touch of death. Disarm onto Decap. He taking a little bit of damage. Fear onto Cupcake. It breaks pretty early. And Decap is going to have to go for Enrage Regeneration right now. Cupcake, unless he can somehow stifle the healing from Decap, you're just going to let him get the full heal. And that's going to be Decap back up to full speed and running at the 9-minute mark, 25% dampening, boys. Wall rotated for Cupcake. Karma might be coming out very, very soon here. He's getting those tentacle slaps proccing intermittently against Cupcake. Going to be a stun onto the monk with a bike to follow. Cupcake super low in health. Probably going to karma this immediately. And Decap has him under ropes. Just got to make sure that the monk doesn't get any kind of healing. He's trying to stay next to him so VFIs aren't really a thing. He's going to Blaze Storm into the Ring of Peace as he creates the Ring of War with a Blaze Storm catching him on the Dragon Kick and sniping him out. Decap just taking these boys out of town for a night out of town, boys. Just taking them for the town, not even paying the bill, leaving them with a bill. It doesn't seem like a good position to be in. Going to be a sub-row going for Shadow Blades as an Ice Slayer opens up on a Decap as he's getting himself mass heals off of that one. And it looks like that sub-rogue opener, it was as if it never happened. As if it never existed. Hitting the 10-minute mark, boys. 30% dampening. Going to be going higher and higher. Decap popping and reflect. What can you do against a rogue? Trying to see if he can get maybe another stun onto Night Slayer. As Night Slayer getting low, going to be a Trinket out of Decap. Could be a killer shot out of Night Slayer. Big leap, maybe a Stormbolt. Does he have one? Looks like he didn't. No Vanish available. Night Slayer getting out of there scot-free as Decap had him on the run. Looks like Decap is going to have to go for, Zerker raging out of there. As Night Slayer tried to deny the eye, is going to head back behind the pillar immediately. And Decap should be kind of sort of aware where Night Slayer is. He can predict it. Looking around the corner. Night Slayer looking to sprint the hell out of the Stormbolt before the cheap shot can come in. Night Slayer is going to have a hard time getting a proper opener onto Decap. It's looking like he's going to be able to maneuverability out of there, though. He's going to be able to sprint out of the boy. Electric Cupcake into the arena. He doesn't belong. He has 900 rating is best. What the hell? That's toxic as hell. Yo, Bryce in chat. That's toxic, dude. That's toxic. Cupcake came in and is enjoying himself some good old fashioned fun with the fam, hanging around, doing ourselves some duels and shit. You know what I mean? What are you on about? Cheap shot on Decap as he's gonna hit a bike. Well, I think as Decap hit a Night Slayer with a bike. Execute's almost ready right there. Trying to go for big leap, maybe overshot it. Oh, big old axe toss in the end. What a classy finisher by our boy Decap. Going in for the big damage. Taking them scalps. Taking these boys out of town. And Warlock is going to be up next as a Destro, looking pretty corrupted. Mortal Coil immediately into Decap, trying to get some big old Casbolts in. Decap is going to get himself in Rage Regeneration immediately into an interrupt onto Warlock. Warlock the Warlock into Succubus CC. That's going to be Infernal that breaks that out immediately, though, with a Stormbolt. Shadowfear trying to make a play here versus Decap. And Warlock trying not to get his Casbolts flung back into him as that was the reflect available for Decapitated for a second. Zerker raging out of it, getting a nice pummel onto Warlock, putting a lot of pressure on the guy. Hasn't been able to get a lot of Casbolts in. Maybe first big Casbolt is up, second trying to make it happen. Void Elfration coming in for a big play. This is going to get himself an Incinerator or two. And Decap is going to bail out of that. Warlock's Infernal is down for the count. Has wall if he needs to. Mortal Coil should be available soon. Does get a Stormbolt on it. Trinket available for Decap. If he uses the Trinket properly, he might be in a good spot. Trinket's out of this. And using the Cloak immediately. Fear doesn't have a Zerker Rage for it. Looks like Warlock cancels his own Casbolt. I don't know why, because they created a lot of sight just now. He shouldn't have canceled that Warlock Casbolt. And that's going to be Warlock going down with a good old reflected it. He puts fear in the man's eye. And Decap came in with a big old 1v5 he saw. He slain. He conquered. Out of here. Out of here. Boys, that was insane. Can we get a round of applause for Decap? Can we get a round of applause for this man? Oh, goodness. Oh, boy. Beautiful. Oh, nice. I wonder what ability went. Is that a full Versa build? Or is that a Master build? I don't even know. He did a lot of damage, though. He did a ton of damage. What kind of build was that, actually? I actually very... Because we have Decap Hero a lot on the Team NA. And I wonder what build he ran there, dude. Also, is Decap psych? Because if that's the same person, then I could definitely see that being the same person playing out with various builds and such. You know what I mean? What's up, man? Just do my man. Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Decap is a paid actor. Decap is a bot. Has to be a dude. Has to be. Those heals are just broken. Fury Warrior heals. Well, the Fury Warrior heals haven't been nearly as good. Because nobody's running tank trinkets. Nobody plays into dampening. Now it's all about damage. So Fury Warriors usually have been kind of behind on damage. But I think Decap found something. I'm psyched. That's you? What you run on your warrior just now? What was that? Was that like a master build or just Giga Versa? I need to know. I need to know. Actually, you could say Giga Versa or not Versa. I'm not gonna let you. You don't have to spoil your secrets. But yeah. Just Versa. All right. Healing down on a meter raffle. Only 25, 29 right now. Oh shit! So you could even go for more. Yeah, my roll can get about 32 right now. Not as high as like some people with 40 or whatever, but I wonder how big of the nerf is going to be once it like hits the servers on Tuesday. People complain about warrior heals now, but don't remember the old second win. Yeah, if you played back in MOP or against Arms Warriors Season 1, they were literally a world boss inside of Arena. I remember hearing everybody talk about second wind, also the big fucking, what is it, heroic strikes that we're able to do for all your health. And I remember people were also doing, what was it, the zoo build with Beast Mastery, the fucking Stampede, dude. Beast Mastery Zoo, you got 2 Beast Master, 3 Beast Master Hunters, and the pets just tore people apart. Holy shit, was it nuts. I didn't even mention Castle White as well. Oh, I didn't even have won that too. You would have actually, maybe, well, okay, maybe not won it, but you would have definitely been an advantage there because Decap was pretty low. No, Fury healing is just overtuned, scaled way down with verse corruptions and health pulls. They also don't have to think to heal. They're super passive. It is super passive, you're right. I guess you want to put it like that, yeah? The rumor of corruption going away and PvP challenge real. So I don't know where the rumor is, but eventually corruptions will go away with Shadowlands, right? They're not going to take corruptions into Shadowlands. So eventually they will enable them. Some people would preach. Preacher, if you watch Preacher, he said in like TDP recently. He didn't make. He should have probably made a full video on it, but he said in TDP. I was watching it. He was doing like a Freehold 2 on his Frost DK, so I just gotta put it in the background and just listen to him talk about like alts and stuff. But he talked about how he thinks Blizzard might start nerfing corruptions, and by the time the Shadowlands is out, corruptions are going to be nerfed and then disabled. But it's gonna just nerf corruptions little by little. It's because if right now you have like Warlocks with a massive haste, and they're playing BFA and raids, and they're gonna go into Shadowlands, and if they're gonna do it like Legion, where at a certain point corruption is disabled, you're gonna go from fast-paced cast time to like, what the fuck, my cast is so slow. Getting a cast build up and running takes so long. Pew. Normally be able to like, cast build, this is fun. And so maybe he thinks that people are they're gonna nerf corruptions over time gradually until they're basically useless. I think they should just disable corruptions. Well, that might be a good way of doing it, so then people are like, it's kind of like a boiling frog, right? If you throw a frog in a boiling water, it'll jump out. But if you put a frog in normal water, and you heat it up little by little, the frog will boil alive. It's like if you gradually increase the temperature, the frog doesn't jump out. So maybe that's how Blizzard could do it, because let's say you're playing BFA, you got corruptions, and then you just disable it once Shadowlands pre-patch comes out, classes go to like 0 haste. zero stats, zero this, zero that. And they'll be like, wow, now we went from kind of like a fast-paced, fun way to play class to a no fun way to play class. So if they were to do it gradually, by nerfing corruptions little by little, then you go from Warlock like doing really fast chaos builds to slightly slower next week, and the next week slightly slower, slightly slower, slightly slower, and as you gradually reduce it, then people will be kind of used to, oh, chaos builds, you know, they always had a long cast, which kind of like how they used to back in the day. Maybe we'll see. I don't know that they eventually need to disable corruptions. I don't know when they're gonna. I think the honest they should do it with Shadowlands. But if the classes are fun, because like they can balance the classes on Shadowlands right now. I don't know. We'll see. Because I know that people right now are playing with insane amount of corruptions, insanely fun playstyles, and if you change the classes how they are on Shadowlands currently in the alpha, then some people are going to be upset. But if they go through and make sure that classes feel good at level 50 day one type of deal with some of the gear, and really try to balance classes to like what they want it to be, add fun mechanics, maybe bring more mechanics and more complexities, because some classes feel good already. I'd say Outlaw feels good, Unholy Death Knight feels good to play already. I'd say Mages feel okay, I guess. They don't feel all that different. The Master Blaster playstyle being gone is going to kind of suck, but then getting Phoenix Flames baseline is going to be kind of cool, I think. But for the most part, Mages are not going to feel that different. Like Glacier Spike Mages, for example, like Frosty. Arcane is not going to feel that different. Red Pally, I think, will feel about the same. But they're not changing the mechanics too much, right? Hunters are going to feel worse, that's for sure. Whether it's survival, whether you are Beastmaster, Marksman might be the only class spec that might feel actually better than where it's at right now. Warlocks, I feel like Affliction is going to feel better. The other two are not going to feel... The other two might feel worse because they haven't been changed. They haven't had any mechanics added. So that's something that Blizzard needs to address. It's just like that transition. So there's a couple of ways of doing it. Either just disable, hard disable, or gradual disable corruptions over time by nerfing them. Or... Then we need to do something when it comes to the classes and the way they interact with gear and the way they interact with the stats, where your class feels good almost no matter what stats you choose, right? And the stats will be that little bit of min-max and a little bit of upgrades. But we'll see. We'll see. There's still a lot of room to grow between the alpha and the release. I mean, a lot of room, right? A lot of room. There's a lot of wait. It's gonna be a while. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know myself. I don't know what's the right answer either. But you know, rumors are rumors. I play mages with professional for the professional maxing. It can PvP well. Professional maxing just to max up professions. I mean, hey, everyone plays a game for different reasons, right? So I see somebody playing a mage or playing the class for transmog farming or gold farming. You know what I mean? But yeah, what I mean is like raiding, PvP, stuff like that. If you didn't say how they are, Shadow Priest will suck a lot. I'm expecting Shadow Priest to get a rework, like a complete class rework. The way I look at Shadow Priest right now, they're just like designed in Battle for they're designed for Battle for Azeroth, right? So they're designed for Battle for Azeroth going into Shadowlands. It's not gonna fix. And I'm even thinking more than just like how they are right now. I'm thinking Covenant abilities. I'm thinking Soul Binds, because those Soul Binds will be passive that improve our class in different ways. I'm thinking what specific combination could you have with Soul Binds and with specific combination with Soul Binds, specific combination with specific Covenant abilities, and even like iconic Covenant abilities like the Shield, the Fox, the Teleport, the Steward, whatever you get from the other Covenants. Like the side ability, because that can also be improved with the Soul Binds. And there's absolutely no way that a Shadow Priest could feel great unless you go for some weird playstyle. It's all about, forget about dots, let's just like Mind Blast and shit like that. Yeah, so I think that's something that Blizzard definitely needs to address with certain few specs and classes. Some classes have gotten changes and they actually feel better. Like Affliction Warlock, I think it feels better. I think Subtlety Rogue feels much better. It's a small adjustment, but now there's a focus for it. They took away a Talamated baseline. That's super nice and it makes great play. Outlaw, focused, changed, same for the most part, but adding sights in his back end and changing how Roll the Bones works, perfect. I think it works great. Assassination Rogue was already good. Assassin Rogue doesn't feel that different, but it was already good. Right? Although, low-key, the damage of it is kind of yikes. Don't spread it, chat. Don't spread it. But I played some Assassination in dungeons, and I had a friend log it. Blizzard disabled all the add-ons to record damage, but you can still log stuff to see comparisons. And I did a fight as assassination, and I tried really hard to pump. Pure single target build. It did about 800 DPS, which is a decent number. And then I did the same dungeon as a meme spec survival, as in survival it's supposed to play melee, but I gave it a gun, so I use arcane shots. Weird playstyle, not how it was intended. I'm using my buttons all wrong, and I did 100k DPS more than Assas. And I tried really hard with Assas. Yeah, and in dungeons we are upscaled or scaled to a certain level and certain item level. So it's not like we can really change stats. Maybe stats go to hell, but everybody's scaled, right? Set to a certain level. Can't use covering abilities. None of that to help. Yeah, I think assassination is gonna be feel great, but damage-wise, it's not gonna feel great. In terms of pressing your buttons, everything feels the same, but just the damage output is just not the same. That's gonna feel a little bit weird. So that's something Blizzard needs to adjust. It's something that has to do with the numbers. I think it has to do with something with the squish on the levels, because they're not only, I mean, they're not only just squishing levels, they're also squishing the numbers. We're gonna go from like doing what? How much are we doing right now? Almost 100k DPS right now, highest maybe. Between 60 and 100, let's say, right? Between 60,000 and 100, that's a good ballpark of where you guys might be, where I might be. Well, most people might be. 80, we could say like middle ground. Between 80k, 90k. 75k, 80, 90k, 95k. Something like that, right? No, 60, 100 is fine. But they're also not switching our levels, so like this number right here. Wait, this number right here is going to go down, but also these go down with it. These are going to go down with it. The stats are going to go down with it. So numbers also going to go down with it. And with the way that it's at right now, assassination might be one of those specs that could be maybe better with endgame gear, but the way that stats function for it, right? The way that stats are calculated into the damage right now are not helping that spec. While survival has a bit of a leg up, but it doesn't feel that great to play. So it's just one of those things Blizzard needs to figure out and stuff, you know what I mean? Early alpha, plenty of opportunity for Blizzard to change stuff. But yeah, but we're getting more sustained, right? I mean, I already did the most amount of damage on a boss, still really focused single target, with some cleave too as assassin, only did 800. I was playing the meme build for survival, and they did 900, and I was messing up my rotation. So, as assassination, I played it as picture perfect as I could. You know, I played my rogue all my life. Well, it feels like all my life at this point. But then I played this survival meme build that's not supposed to work, using my abilities wrong, and I'm doing more damage. So like I could literally clean up my rotation and do 1000 DPS instead of 900 DPS as survival meme build, not the way it was intended. And if you gave me a pole arm, I probably would do even more damage. So things like that. I like to do the monk fight, a monk 455, and I like to see others. Hell yeah, dude! How do you get in there? 5v5 1v1 DUELS and the custom PvP option. What do you think about Warriors and Shadowlands? Warriors are feeling great. I like me some Fury. I like me some arms. I like the defensive capabilities I'm getting. Damage-wise doesn't matter. I think they're still going to feel good to play. Fury arms doesn't feel nearly as bad to play with low haze though right now on Shadowlands. I feel like it's just the way the stats are functioning for you. Like little points of haze, little amounts of haze give you a lot of value. I think your haze depreciates to get a higher level, so I think that might be something Blizzard needs to adjust. But they feel pretty good right now. I feel like they do good damage. The defensiveness is what I'm really happy about Warriors. Reflect and Paints Up are good utility, good toolkits to add to the Warrior. They're doing some cool stuff with their talents for arms. Fury-wise also should be good. Fury is great. It feels more sustained. It doesn't really play with the Ignore Pain nearly as well because it's pretty expensive for Fury. So arms only needs to spend 40 rage for Ignore Pain. Fury needs to spend 80. Fury you would think is a class that generates rage quicker, and yes it does, but when you generate all that rage and then you rampage, then you generate more rage that gives you enrage into rampage, into rage, into rampage, enrage, so you generate more, and then rampage, but when you go for Ignore Pain, you break that cycle of enraging yourself, unless you bloodthirst, and then it just slows down. So it kind of knocks the wind out of you. I mean, I feel like it's like do or die situation. You need a defensive or you're gonna die. You should probably press that button. But right now, as Fury, it doesn't feel nearly as good to play as Arms. As Arms, it doesn't feel nearly as bad. Because you generate 40 rage intermittently here and there, and you just pop it and then do damage. As long as you get your Mortal Strike off, that was most of your damage. That's the most important part. You got your bleed up, then you could sacrifice some rage for a thing instead of slamming. It doesn't feel nearly as bad. Could bring a 450 and has a shovel. Really? Oh my god, boys. To a low item level? Man, maybe next week. Yeah, maybe next week. But yeah. I was using for his weapons with saber thingy. For my Mog, I'm using the one from the achievement from Legion right now. But if you're talking about like my artifact weapon, that's a challenge mode skin usually. I switch around from time to time. Well, artifact thing, stay. I would like to be gone. I would like it to be gone. It makes it just another farm. It's not necessary. Artifact weapons, I'm okay with artifact weapons staying. That was cool back in Legion. Artifact weapons were dope. If someone wants to go get them, that would be great. I think that's probably one of the coolest parts of Legion is the weapons, dude. But Legion was great overall, but the weapons were really fucking dope. I like that a lot. I think it's cool because I remember I farmed my weapons and they still look the coolest, dude. The rapier swords, or you can go for cutlasses, or more for like a hook blades to carve my enemies apart or something like that for outlays. Dope. I'm a huge fan of it. Anyway, boys, I'm gonna go. I think I'm going to be done here for the night. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. Super fun hanging out with all of you. Had a nice little chat at the end here too, boys, as well. Dude, I really want to get some arenas done. I've been jonesing some arenas, and now that the versatility thing is going to be going very, very soon, I don't know how I feel about it, but I want to get some arenas done now. But thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are fucking beautiful. Super fun hanging out with all of you guys. And I'll see all of you boys in another stream. Peace.